What's up, folks? Fix that issue, baby. Oh, man. Can't keep a good umbrella down, can you? That's right. Man, somebody really is irritated today. We haven't got started yet. Already a false flagging. I knew it was happening because the intro started cutting out. The intro's cutting out. It's one of a couple of things. It's either a signal issue, YouTube's going down, or it's a flag issue. And it was definitely one, but it was one of those things that it wouldn't even hold. And I was like, man, I don't even know what they flag. It's funny though, they don't see. It proves that like all these flagging attempts they're doing are meritless flagging attempts, because they're not even like with that. They got the AI to hit with something, but it didn't mean anything because it just, I was like, all right, whatever, here we go. Let's do it again. But there wasn't anything to be wah about, you know. I have no idea. You wondered what happened? Yeah, me too. But everybody get in here. Appreciate you folks. We're going to, we just skipped the intro today. Who cares? You know, who cares, baby? But yeah, somebody just tried to hit me. And now maybe they're mad about the joy of Substack. Maybe they're mad about the fact that cease and desist number 3, you know, and they brought that up publicly too, by the way. They actually brought it into to another stream. They bragged about sending a cease and desist to Megan, which I am actually quite upset about. You know why? Because they're trying to steal the things that I cease and desisted Megan for. That's right. I'm very irritated by that. That's my Dodge van, damn it. I called it first. And as you can tell, I broadcasted live from the Joseph A. Banks. That's right. You're going to have to hear about what happened with my amazing Substack too. Man, there's so many goodies to go over. Plus we got that filing and more. You know, we got a lot to do today. Oh my gosh. That threw me off a little bit. Like I said, we'll give it a couple of minutes, let everybody roll in. You know, it just makes a like a tiny hiccup. You know, they don't even, what's funny, again, when people mass flag like that, they don't even really accomplish anything except to galvanize people, because they make people want to watch. You know, like when you're flagging down, this is what idiots don't get, I guess. You know, when you start trying to hide something, what you do is you give away that you're hiding something. It works like that all the time. But I mean, again, what do I know, right? I've only been doing this for a long, long time. So, but yes, they sent Megan Fox quite the crazy cease and desist, essentially saying, you can't trade your vehicles, you can't move money, you know. And again, you got to remember, this is not a legal document. It means nothing. It's not worth the fucking paper it's printed on. And to do it, it's more threats. Now, again, if they sue, it's amazing because last night they were talking about how they've contacted everyone from the FBI to the IRS. They were talking about, they were talking straight up about contacting Keto Brains, which is our wonderful sponsor, by the way, which I think is kind of interesting considering they were like, we're also going to sue them. Susan Davis put up a really funny post about that. She was like, well, why stop with that? I mean, if you're going to sue them, why not sue the manufacturer of the keyboard? You know, why not go after the people who made the monitor? I mean, heck, there's all kinds of wonderful places there. It's so dumb, though. They just, again, they're trying to cause another. See, they've done this in the past. They've gone after somebody else's sponsors. And they've tried to intimidate them into quitting, which is, I mean, they've been talking about tortious interference. That is tortious interference. Plus, they're not only are doing that, but on top of it, they're doing it openly. They're talking about all this crazy dumb shit. And while they're claiming, actually, people are aiming at our business. Like, what the fuck are you on? Oh Lord, Lord. I feel like I'm watching a circus, and none of the clowns know they're performing. Like, check this out. I'm going to show you the cease and desist stuff. I know people will still roll in. We'll keep it up for a few minutes anyway. I'm not going to pull the whole thing. I'll give Megan her time. But, this led to quite the fight in the ecosystem, too, which was really funny. But there was this part right here. This is actually part of that. Now, this preservation demand includes all of your personal assets, including but not limited to your residence, your motor vehicles, such as your car. What the fuck? Again, this is pure intimidation tactic, is what this is. Sending 3 to what this does is it devalues what you're saying you're going to do when you sue. Because for me, I'd take this to the court. I'd be like, look, these people, they're going after my sponsors. They're contacting every organization out there. They're obviously pocket watching. They've said that they've gone deep dive on every single person out there too. Yeah, looks like they did a little asset check on the old Megalodon's foe. Her vehicle, her bank accounts, her electronics, and any other valuable property. Now, like I said, now this makes me mad because I too did a cease and desist for Megan, and mine, as I will show you here, if you missed out talking about this wonderful thing, I too served Megalodon's foe with a cease and desist that talked about that she was hereby ordered to immediately cease and desist all activities I don't personally enjoy. That could be any of these: speaking, thinking, blinking, posting, commenting, laughing, sighing, existing in a manner I find inconvenient. No chicken skins either. That's someone else's gig. Further, you got to preserve all assets, tangible and intangible, known and unknown, present and future. Now that includes, but not limited to, your residence, your future residence, checking accounts, saving accounts, spare change in your couch. That's right. I got that spare change. That's mine, baby. That's mine. Electronics, backup electronics you forgot you owned, that mysterious drawer full of chargers. Yeah, you know the one, Megan. You know what I'm talking about. That's mine too. That's right. And more importantly, your vehicle. Look at them trying to steal that vehicle right out from under me. That ain't right. That ain't right at all. That's mine. Everybody knows that's mine. I swear. Why are we trying to steal my freaking... It's mine, It's absolutely mine. Goodness. Why would I? Why wouldn't, That's so crazy. That's so sad. Yeah, also, let's see what else for Megan. Megan will be back tomorrow, by the way. They were like, Megan quit the internet. Like, Megan's off on the weekends. You do realize that, right? Oh, my God. But look, all of that, I already talked about the Dodge Caravan. I don't actually know if it's a Dodge Caravan, but whatever. You can insert that. Plus, all this other stuff too. I asked for her to preserve everything from emails and texts and social media posts to cave murals and, the complete maintenance history of that Dodge Caravan. Got to know if it's safe or not for the kids. Square bullet points, scented trash bags, leg warmers, and anything else I imagine. That's right. Anything. So, yeah, I already did it first. Thieves. I swear. That's a good question. Is belly button link? I'll say so. It depends. Is yours rainbow? Depends on the color history of it, because if it comes out like sparkly and rainbow-esque, yes, it is a valuable asset. If it's all crinkly and nah. If it looks like cotton candy, I'm sorry, I'm gonna stop there. Gross. I got to tell you all about my experience with Substack too, and my new Substack as well. I'll have to tell you about that too, and then we'll read some court documents. Yeah, but anyway, let's continue reading this first. Yep. I mean, again, this is for real. Part of a third cease and desist. This caused an argument. Apparently, Vomit and Paint Chips were on the same stream, and Paint Chips was like talking about blah blah blah, and Vomit was like, "This is a waste of time. This is stupid." And I never in my life would think I would agree with vomit. But I mean, there's so many problems in it. It doesn't identify anything. It basically is saying anything I don't like that you do, you can't talk about me at all, ever. But I can talk about you all night long, every night. And I can threaten you and I can do anything I want. It's craziness. It is crazy. I mean, again, last night was just mental midgetry. They sat around, they tried to tell us why they weren't actually public figures. Everyone else is public figures, but they're not public figures. So you can't talk about them. Now they forget about this little thing called limited purpose public figures, those type of public figures that insert themselves into something trying to change its outcome. Wow, they certainly did that, didn't they? They, Leslie, for example, not only inserted herself, but right off the bat, bam, sued. And it's just been insane through there. And God, 2L, I can't even tell you. There's been so much freaking weird shit, but coming in as quote unquote PR for somebody is a little strange. Little strange. But yeah, they're like, you're expressly forbidden from hiding, transferring, selling, encumbering, or otherwise disposing of any such assets while the matter is pending. Fuck you, say. I can sell a vehicle if I want. You can't sell your car, says who? You? Please. Please. That is so dumb. And like I said, they're just trying to steal. You're trying to steal stuff that Megan already owns. Oh, she owes me it. It's mine. I already asked for it. Damn it, Megan. What's going on? What have you done here? I can't believe that this is, I can't believe this is a real portion. Any destruction, alteration, concealment, transfer, dissipation of evidence and our assets may, the key word here is may. You know why? Because this means nothing. Again, it means nothing. You can't demand shit from me. You can't tell me to preserve my assets. Holy crap. Don't you pay your bills now, sucker. Don't you run up any mileage on my Dodge Caravan, Megan. That's right. If you're driving it around, you might actually cause some kind of some issues. You might actually run up some mileage, and we can't have that. I mean, my God. This stuff is nutty, though. You gotta admit, it's all crazy. I mean, it's funny, but it's crazy. I enjoy seeing the crazy. But at the same time, I think, wow, did you really write this out? Did you truly think this one out? Because it doesn't feel like it, does it? I mean, again, what it is like I said, it's an intimidation tactic. It's 100% about trying to make Megan fear. But you could be in contempt of court. Oh man, adverse inference instructions, adverse. Oh my Lord. Give me a second. These people. Yeah. You know what? Adverse inference instructions are? They're a judge telling a jury that they should assume that there's missing or destroyed evidence. So yeah. If you if you put some miles on that car, baby. Oh, that's so dumb. Again, it's meant to this is meant to intimidate Megan Fox. Absolutely. Oh man, well, I appreciate you folks. I see a bunch of you super chatting. I do appreciate that. It is a weird day. They have fucked up my numbers today for sure. By the way, if you missed last night's stream will it probably won't do the numbers, but it is good. You will enjoy it. You know, I liked it. I thought talking to Just Jay and Ketchup, it was a really funny stream. It also it shows you like they've been trying to intimidate that guy. That guy's a clown, man. You know, he's a lovable clown. I like him, but he's still a clown. He's not serious about anything. So for them to try to silence somebody like to Just Jay, they were talking about suing Just Jay and Shizzy. Yeah, Shizzy's been away, but they're going to sue Shizzy too. Lips was saying she's going to fire up a lawsuit yet again. She's going to include Shizzy and Jay and everybody. You know, like, man, you know, again, I'm curious how these folks think they afford it. Actually, their plan is, you can hear it now, they're going to all try to file some pro se garbage and to totally not depend on the clowns that are around them. This, by the way, caused a bit of a kerfuffle last night, as I'll say. I like that word, kerfuffle. It caused some very, I'm gonna say some moodiness. You know, the moodiness here you can see. Let's look at the transcript that was posted about this. And here's Bowman Paint Chips talking, by the way. Thank you, Melissa. I saw this post from you. And you can see 2L is in the chat. And she's saying, like, there's specifics in this, okay? I'll tell you, when you look at it, again, specifics there are not. It doesn't point out anything that isn't run of the mill. Give me a minute. Give me a second here. I mean, again, the most of it is preservation of evidence and assets, you know? And they're demanding cease and desist from all further threats, no threats, publication or circulation of private materials or information related to me. So their demands is, you can't say shit about me ever. Fuck you. You talk about me every night. You talk about Megan every night. Fuck yourself. I just moved today. I moved $30,000 because if you want fucking war, I will give you war. But when I start, I am not stopping. I swear to God. You want to sit around and say shit like I groomed a child to marry? You think I won't fucking go to war in a courtroom with you? You want to threaten me? See, Megan's quieter than I am about this stuff. But ultimately, that's trash. I mean, you sit around every night, talk about Megan Fox. Every fucking night. It's just lunacy. They're like, I demand you don't talk about me. Remove any and all existing posts, uploads, content, any platform or any medium containing private information. So there's none. Defamatory statements or copyrighted materials. You know what's really funny about statements like that, by the way, is they have Megan Fox's material up too. I know you don't see this on the screen because I'm just reading some of the new demands. This is what they demand. There is nothing in there that specifies shit. Meanwhile, they have Megan Fox's stuff up on their freaking channel. And like I said, we just had an epic loss as far as copyrighted material. Epic. And it dealt with a documentary. You think AI transcripts, they're going to be a problem? Fuck yourself. I heard somebody come in.
I had to pop in.
Okay.
Because I noticed what you had up on the screen and I just heard the last couple of seconds and yeah, no specificity. Let's say
That's what Bowman's telling it. Like, hey,
I know, and he's right. Unbelievably.
I know. I was like, holy
the
shit.
idiot is right. He gets one right once in a while. I will say this for Volmit. He has the tendency, because of his specific OCD or whatever it is that he has, he doesn't like it when people say things that are crazy.
You know what? I'll give Volmit. It's the only flower I'll ever give you, buddy. But the back and forth, unlike all these other people, so far you've taken it. You want to dish it. Well, that's how it goes. It's a back and forth. If you want to play, you play. But these people, they fold like paper tigers.
He knows these people are wrong on these cease and desists. He knows that, and he can't pretend that they're not wrong. He also can't pretend that there's an FBI investigation. I love that. That he's like, come on, stop saying that. There's no investigation. And he's right. Anybody can file an electronic complaint with the FBI, and that does not mean there's an investigation open. So to say that there is misleading in the extreme. But let's just say that I wanted to comply with the ridiculous cease and desists that I've gotten from Fleesa. I would have no ability to do so because she has not mentioned one specific thing that she wants removed. Not one link, not one timestamp, nothing. And it's done on purpose because she has no intention of filing any lawsuit. I hope you guys notice this. If she had intention, she wouldn't be sending me a third and final warning.
Dude, if they file some garbage pro se cease and desist, I swear to God, Megan. I swear to fucking God. I will go to war. I will go.
I think she may try.
I will take my caffeine pills. I'll stay up late. I'll go in the flash cast.
Take all the keto brains.
Yes, that's exactly right. I'll be eating. No, I'll eat it. I'll be eating out of the bag. No, actually, I won't do that. Too much.
I gotta tell you, I mean, it's just like, it's absurd. It's absurd. If you're gonna file it, then file it, fatty. And I think that's what Volmit was saying to her. Like, you don't need to send a third. You don't need to send a third letter. Just file already. How many deadlines is she gonna give me? How many fake deadlines?
What's
am I gonna get?
The whole ecosystem was yelling at Volmit about it because he was like, he was just fed up with these. He's talked about wanting to move on from these people anyway because the pay is not there. I'm sure. He's probably getting a payday here and there, but probably nothing. So he's hanging around because some people are butthurt.
Yeah, he's hanging around specifically because he's upset with me. And if were not part of this, he would have been gone a long time ago.
I wonder if even with that, I think his partner there. Well, I mean, he's in a lawsuit with someone else, and he's kind of locked in, but he doesn't want to be locked. Yeah, I get that. I get that distinct impression. He doesn't even dance much anymore. I mean, you can tell like they used to. It's like he doesn't have the spirit for it anymore.
Well, it's not fun because he has to defend people who are doing stupid things that he makes fun of all the time. You heard him say, I get these stupid cease and desists all the time. He does. So do I. And we both know what they're worth. Basically the same as toilet paper. You wipe your ass with it and flush it. Okay. They're not worth anything. They don't legally mean anything. This is all meant to harass and create content. What Fleesa wants specifically is to stir up drama so she has more drama to talk about.
Should get her channel going again. That's the thing.
Yeah, her channel is failing. Yeah. No, see, chat says she keeps sending out fake ones. You need to make a real one. If I'm going to sue her, I would just do it. Okay, well, all right, if Florida has a thing, you got to send it out, then I would do it. But at this point, I have more things to do with my life. Okay, I don't want to be involved with her for the rest of my life. And she's broke anyway. So what am I going to take?
Well, that's the kicker.
What am I going to take? Gabe's rent-a-truck or whatever? Come on. I'm not interested.
Get you a color.
She's very clearly, though, interested in my rusted out caravan.
Yeah. No, that's mine, Megan. I put in first for it. She cannot.
I'm going to send you some pictures, by the way. I meant to do it before you went live tonight so you could show them. I'm going to send you some close-up pictures of the rust. just to show you what a cool car you're getting. I mean, I have literal rusted holes in the side of this thing. It's great.
Well, that's funny. Like I've got a 2019 Nissan Armada, complete with 100,000 miles and some damage on the bumper because I don't want to pay I
Yep.
don't want to pay for fixing it. So,
I
and I've got a
drive my cars into the
1990
ground.
I've got a 1991 Jeep Jeep Cherokee that sits in my driveway because it belonged to my stepfather, and I won't get rid of it. Like I've heard some people, they're like, get rid of it. I'm like, no, it's sentimental. I'd rather it rot in my driveway than get rid of it. I'll make it a flower pot here before, but it could be worth 1,000. Who cares? I don't care. But yeah, wow, what amazing assets. But I did move over some money. Very well. If they want to play, I mean, I will play, and I will crowdfund the shit out of this.
Well, that is something that they should consider. She's been crowdfunding for how long for her new car that she needs to get, and she's nowhere near getting it. And she's trying to kind of crowdfund for maybe legal fees or whatever. She's trying, but nobody's really sending anything.
Well, not just that. Like, okay.
And we haven't tried yet. Do they realize we haven't done that yet? Because I'm not doing that until there's something to fundraise for.
Yeah,
but
well, I figure that's the same way with me. I figure it's deceptive. If you tell people, hey, I'm funding for this, and it doesn't exist, and then it never pops up, then I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do
me
it.
either. So, if they file something and then I get served with something,
too.
Then I'm going to open up the gates of hell.
Yeah.
And believe me, I have just as many big friends as Tug does. And we will go on every show and we will do fundraising streams that will bring in big money, and then we will destroy them.
Well, and see, the problem they don't get is the portion in there. People hate copyright cucks.
Yeah,
they hate them because on YouTube it is the biggest no-no, and them trying to play that again, they've made it very clear there isn't they're saying you can't use, which they're wrong about, but people on YouTube, they know what fair use means, and fair use means my AI transcript that doesn't belong to you. You freaking putting up a thumbnail or an image or even a video, especially, I mean, these people talk about it's, they try to bait something and be like, no, and the problem is, if it were just noise, that'd be one thing, but they'll say some jacked up stuff that is potentially impactful on many people's lives. And yeah, you go in and you talk about that stuff. And you are allowed to, oh my God, you played how much again? Okay, so the Ethan Klein versus Denham's lawsuit right now that's going on, that involved a documentary, something that actually does make money, unlike them and their live stream clips, right? Well, in that, he sued over it because he said that they were essentially trying to hijack it, and they're trying to make money off of it, and they were disparaging it more. And disparaging doesn't matter in copyright. Doesn't matter at all. Who cares? That doesn't even include. That's not part of it. But one of the things the judge said was that she added over 2 times the amount of content. So she doubled the length of it by 2 times talking about it. Okay, well, these people, they love to incessantly whine that, like for myself, when I stream, they're like, it'll take 1 post and stream 3 hours. Exactly. That is the epitome of fair use. It just, I cannot decide sometimes where the stupid stops, though, because at the same time, having someone like Leslie give you fucking advice on legal matters and listen to her like she's an expert. I'm like, are you kidding me? You're not really doing that, are you? This is a put on, right? That's not real. It can be real. Hey, did I tell you what happened at the Joseph A. Banks, by the way?
No, I don't think you did.
Oh my God. Okay. So I put out my Substack, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Substack with a K.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Well, as I've been broadcasting from the good Lord. I just looked over at the super chats.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
Yeah, look at the color across the top.
I know.
Holy
it's all
God.
red.
Well, thank you. Somebody hit my fucking stream right off the bat.
They did?
Yeah, that's why I had to come
With
back.
what?
Well, I don't know. I have no idea. At first I thought, man, my connection's garbage, right? And then you know how your stream will start to flutter out at first sometimes, and you're like, "What the fuck's going on?" And then bam, go off. I was like, "Man, that's somebody. They've hit it." But I hadn't received anything, and I hadn't shown anything, so I have no idea. But I knew it. It was coming, and then it went down. I haven't even gotten a notification about it, so I was like, "Well, I'll be back," because I'm sure I'll get a notification in a little while about some false flagging stuff. But that's what it was, false flags.
Did you have to restart?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
Yep.
That's not good.
No, it's bullshit. Well, it also defeats their whole idea of, they're out there striking legitimate stuff. First of all, anyone could file a privacy thing. I bet you money I could file a privacy notice in the middle of one of their streams, just pick out something and I'd be like, I think that's mine, and hit it.
That's
terrible.
terrible.
I don't do that though. Even Jay was like last night, he was like, these people, I'm sick of the way that they do this stuff, so fuck them. He was like, really? So yeah, anyway, I put out my Substack, right, man? Okay. And I was putting out a few tweets, like this lovely one, trying to be professional. This is what I learned about. Yeah, look at that. Isn't that
I like the sport coat over the hoodie.
Yeah, it looks great, doesn't it? There
it's very
too. And I they're like, "Sir, do you still live under the coats?" And I was like, "I prefer in-house brand ambassador, baby." But apparently, somebody figured out that I was broadcasting from there. I guess it's probably in the banner I chose. Maybe I could have chosen a smart banner. But combining the two pictures, I think, if you look there. That's what anybody, if you
where every purchase is a future return.
Yeah. I like it too. If you subscribe, you're a rack dweller. Okay, so
just unreal.
Yeah. But anyway.
Those idiots. That idiot Vomit. I read the transcript of his show with Paint Chips. And there was a part in it where he said, I offered Megan the opportunity to tell good stories, real stories, and do ethical journalism. And I had to laugh out loud. That mofo never offered me a damn thing, and there was nothing he could give me. He had no audience, no platform, nothing. I'm the only one who ever offered him anything, which was to allow him to be on my channel and talk about his stories and give him an audience. How dare he say he offered me the chance to do real journalism with 3 likes and 1 restack by that moron Jay?
$3.
What is he talking about?
I don't know, but I found out, he lives a hard life, Megan. I mean, after I started broadcasting, there was this little incident. You can see, look, they came after me. Thankfully, I had the repossessed hair. I'd been, I wrote about this. I was going to write my Substack, but I thought,
read my Substack.
I cannot believe that has become a mantra. I'm working on my next Substack. It's about a hypothetical paragraph that gets a woman arrested and put in jail. But yes, apparently I wrote this. I said, this happened 3 hours ago. Police have read my Substack, and now I'm on the run. Apparently, like my good friend out there, that is fighting the good fight against the governmental machine, I too will have to set up a $10,000 crowdfunder to expose the suit cartel machine and stay free. That's right. Right, Michael? Come on, brother. By the way, we can do it together. Let a homie live under your head rack, or your coat racks too in peace. But see, I too was living under the suit racks at the Joseph A. Banks, and the security saw me. But luckily, they grabbed me by the wig that wasn't my hair. It was the hair that Megan Fox's Taylor ex-partner, deli guy. I don't know, somebody like that. I don't know. Shit. I'm not a journalist like the guy over there living under the hat rack. What do you expect? But anyway, I don't know the details about you guys and how you got that hair, but I do know that I was using it as a blanket. Yeah, that's right. Megan lent it to me as a blanket. It was very nice of her, and well, since they contacted the Fed, God knows. I mean, they got them. I had to flee in my skinny jeans, apparently. Those are very skinny. Now, of course, I escaped, but I had to leave my my business cards. I totally didn't write myself. Look at those. Aren't they beautiful? That is the name of my Substack, by the way, right, Michael? That is. So they had abandoned them. So now I got to crowdfund $10,000 and stay free to expose the machine. Now, so right now, you can read my Substack articles, and every $300 that comes in, I'll be writing a Substack. Oh my God! Actually, there has been money coming in. Holy shit! I might actually have to put one out.
Oh no!
Oh my God!
There's money coming into your Substack?
No, but I got money coming in here today, and while I'm saying this, oh my God! You want to see amazingness? By the way, my Substack, it's amazing. I mean,
I've seen your Substack. It is amazing, and I read it too. It was very funny. I've been listening over the weekend, but I'm trying to decompress and do other things and take care of my house and my kids and my landscaping and all the other stuff that I'm trying to get done.
Life doesn't work that way. They're like, no, hey, I'm 5 subscribers off of 200, baby. That's right, folks. I also have, I'm sure they're very jelly right now because I believe I have almost 150 likes on that article. No.
Do you guys want to see what I did this weekend? Anybody want to see what I did this weekend?
Yeah.
Check this out. All right. So this is at the bottom of a very problematic hill. That's my thumb in the right side of the picture.
Oh, I thought that was water or something. I was like, you better not be causing that hill to drain down.
No, but that hill is a problem, and water comes and soil comes rushing. As you can see, there's no grass underneath this tree. There's a big, huge tree here, and the shade and the runoff and the erosion cause grass not to grow. But the worst part is my porch is to the left of this. So when it rains and floods, all this dirt and stuff washes down and comes onto my porch and creates a big muddy mess. And I am so sick of dealing with this that I decided that I'm going to try and fix it this weekend. That was my big plan. So here's what I did. Here's another view of it. Here we go. So here's a view of it. So as you can see, my porch is there. And as the mud comes down, it'll just make this whole area awful, just terrible. So I went to the nursery and I got a ton of plants. These are the plants that I got. Aren't they pretty? Yeah. And these are all shade plants, and they're supposed to be pretty good at sucking up water. So I decided to plant up. I am so sore. I am so freaking sore. I can't even tell you.
I know you actually. I know the real reason you did all this work because that cease and desist. You were told not to let any of that property move, and you were like, "Oh my God, erosion! Got to save every dirt."
That's right. I had to stop it from eroding.
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to be in compliance. I knew it. I knew that's what it was. Yeah.
Here we have. Here's a half of it with all the new plants in, which are.
Oh, I thought that was a giant snake. I was like, "Fuck yeah, let's get it."
No, that's my hose. That's a hose.
I like some hose. Wait, no, my bad. I've been hanging out with Jay too long.
Check it out. It's now all planted. Do you guys know? And by the way, my soil is so rocky. It's all rocky soil. I had to dig through rocks. I am so sore. I'm going to be, it's just awful. But it's really, really pretty. Turned out really great. And I did tons. It took me 6 hours, I want to say. And if you were on my locals, I had a live chat going while I was doing it. And I had pictures going up, meganfox.locals.com. That's the kind of stuff we do on the weekend is, what are you up to? And here's what I'm up to, doing yard work. And I did that for like 6 hours on Saturday.
That's not what I heard. So, I heard you quit the internet and quit.
Yeah, YouTube. I heard that. I didn't know that I had done that, but apparently I guess I did.
Yeah, well, it was pretty funny. I mean, they were very, very snide about I was like, oh my God, did you really believe like Jay and myself talking? Did you? Yes, apparently. Oh my God.
I'm not finished. I'm not finished. I have to edge it all with stone, and I have a bunch of big stones that we're gonna move, and I just don't have it in me to do it this weekend.
Yeah, you're like, no, not right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna get Hangry to help me lift them and move them, but they're very large and very heavy. So yeah, I know Tug and Jay were up to no good. I heard it. I listened today. I caught up. I caught up on the nonsense. But you know what's funny is that the trolling, it's unreal. Everyone knows you guys are joking except
Right.
for them.
Except for them.
And they literally think I quit YouTube or something.
Yep. I told Jay, I was like, you watch, they're gonna think it's real. They will. And he was like, yeah, no.
So dumb.
Oh my God. Like, I was like, how far can we take fake cease and desists? I am wondering though, like I said, I really, they can't have leg warmers or anything. I put it all in there. It's all mine first, so you don't give it up to them. Okay.
I've never seen a cease and desist like that too, where it's like, and don't get rid of any of your assets. Like, what are you talking about? We're not in a lawsuit. You're not suing me. You can't just give me a preservation. You can't give someone a preservation notice when you're not in a lawsuit with them.
Yeah, you can't just
That's
randomly
not how that works.
demand my shit. And the threats.
It's not how it works. You can't tell me to do anything. You haven't filed anything. A cease and desist is not a legal document, and it's not legally binding. So you can't tell me that I have to preserve I can't sell my car. What are you even talking about?
I thought that was amazing, the audacity of it.
I want to go back to Paint Chips and Vomit transcript because
it's funny.
I want to read through it with you because it's too funny. It's hilarious because it's true. And I'm probably going to play it tomorrow night.
Oh, yeah.
I want to hear Vomit scream at him. Stop talking.
Oh, he was. What's funny is all of the people over there that were just butthurt about it, And I'm like, you love them.
They can't stand the truth. They cannot stand the truth. He was telling the truth. The truth is this is garbage.
Yeah.
You either sue or you don't. You don't keep sending endless cease and desists.
Well, what it does, like, that'd be something I bring up in court. I'd be like, look, they've been trying to intimidate me. And that last cease and desist, where they put in all the financial stuff, that absolutely is an intimidation method because they're telling you, I've been going through your finances.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's all they've been trying to do. You can tell. You absolutely tell. That's what it's meant for. It'd be something I'd definitely bring up. Just more of it. But last night, that stream where they're talking about, they're contacting yet again. They're encouraging other people to do it too. Contacting sponsor, contacting Keto Brains, hoping that they can cost somebody another, just like they did before. They've gotten brazen about it, but they've cost, when they cost Hales, they figure, oh man, they can harass them enough. Maybe they'll get them to do something too. They'll threaten them. They were like, we're going to sue you, which is one of the dumbest things I've ever heard.
Well, let me show you guys my response to YouTube. Actually, let me pull this up. I found something very interesting because I am fighting the removal of the body cam footage in the 911 calls. The materials discussed in my videos consist of public court filings, publicly released law enforcement records, publicly released 911 calls, publicly released police body cam footage, videos voluntarily posted publicly by the complainants themselves, public social media content used for commentary, criticism, and reporting. None of this material constitutes private information simply because the subjects later object to criticism or public discussion. In Cox Broadcasting Corp v. Cohen, the United States Supreme Court held that information contained in public court records cannot later be treated as private merely because it's republished or discussed. Likewise, we got Florida Star versus BJF. Also, the court reaffirmed strong constitutional protection for truthful information lawfully obtained from government records.
Right.
So I'm letting them know all of this retaliatory stuff, but I love this one too. Further, if the complainants are claiming harassment by public record, this has already been litigated and decided by American courts because the public records that Thiel caused to be published are all police reports and court records. Thiel's actions enjoy protection under the First Amendment. An individual does not have a privacy interest in public records that are lawfully subject to disclosure pursuant to Washington law. That was a Washington Appeals Court, Court of Appeals done in 2020. The precedent on this is clear. And I am reporting all of their false complaints against my channel directly back to YouTube. So we'll see what YouTube legal has to say about it. But I'm not taking it sitting down, and they are going to reinstate those videos. You cannot claim harassment by sharing publicly available information. It's already been litigated, and that's what they are doing.
Well, meanwhile, these idiots complain about that stuff. Meanwhile, they pull up things like, again, like my ex's, her police records. They pulled up all of Hale's just background checks, not even correct information, you know? Like when Leslie, for example, when she slapped on her site the 49 pages of garbage that you pay for on those shitty little sites out there, that stuff, God, the things that were mentioned in there that were not correct. Wow. And they've done that to everyone. They bragged about deep diving and everything else. So, you know, again, it's a matter of for me, but not for thee. I mean, hell, they recorded dude getting arrested and put it on freaking YouTube. And they did a series, which they bragged about, but you can't dig into it. I mean, what a bunch of idiots. Hey, can you hold this for 1 second? I got to grab a drink.
Sure.
Okay.
You know what I didn't see on here was Felisa's comments in the live chat on this. It's the final and not a threat, Mike. There was specific. No, there were no specific. You know what? That's the thing we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about Lisa Lee's bullshit cease and desist letters and the lack of specific complaints. There wasn't one. There is not one timestamp. There is not one link to one video. If I wanted to do the things she wants me to do, I have no idea what they are. And I can show you that because there's nothing specific listed in any of her complaints. So there have been 3 of them. Now we know for a fact that the second one she sent me about the landlord, well, we know through herself that specific thing I didn't do.
Okay.
And she admits that I didn't do it. Look at this. Look at where Felisa says there was specifics.
Yeah.
Can we look at this and find the specifics?
Yeah, let's bring it up. Give me a second. I've got a clip. I clipped it out, so I'll pull it up.
You pulled up. You have all the cease and desists.
I've got the last one, and then I mean.
Well, let's go. She says they were in the. See, he read the third one, and he's saying there's nothing specific in here. And she's all, oh, there were specifics in the other ones. There were. No, there weren't, and he hasn't read them. So let's look at the first one.
I don't know.
Let's look at this.
Do you have it in front of you? All right, good deal.
Yeah, let's look at the first cease and desist. So stupid. For immediately cease and desist from threatening to publish, publishing, distributing, transmitting, forwarding, posting, reposting, soliciting, or otherwise disseminating private materials. What private materials? Concerning Lisa Lee. And from engaging in any further harassing, defamatory, coercive, infringing, or otherwise tortious conduct directed at Lisa Lee. Again, no example of what that might be.
Right.
You are hereby placed on notice that you're threatened in ongoing conduct. What threatened in ongoing conduct? You're going to have to be specific. What? Where? When? How? Why? How many? How much? These are questions that are not answered. Now she just quotes a bunch of law, different case law about false statements, but she never ever puts in what the false statement is. Or any conduct. Look at this. Your conduct also appears to implicate Florida's cyber stalking laws. What conduct?
Well, it also appears to. That doesn't say it does. Appears to, just
but
like
it doesn't say what the conduct is. You need to say, on this date, at this time, you did this thing, and here's how it violated. And I want you to stop this particular thing that you did on this date. There's nothing here. If any, look at this, if any threat to expose private material is being used, if any threat is being used. So you're saying there is no threat. You're saying if there's a threat being used, but you're not telling me which threat you're talking about. To force Lisa Lee to do something against her will. What? What something did I ask you to do against your will? How did I force you to do something against your will? To stay silent, surrender rights, retract statements, or confer any advantage. Where? What was done? There is no specific in here. This is garbage. Florida makes it a felony to maliciously threaten injury to a person's reputation or expose a secret. Okay, where did I do this thing? On what date, at what time, under what circumstances? Where's the timestamp? Where's the link? Where's the example? Now then she says Lisa Lee does not consent to the release of any private materials, private communications, images, recording. Where are these things? What things?
Half truths.
All of this, any such conduct, look at this, any such conduct will be treated as intentional, where she still has not mentioned any such conduct. There's not one allegation in here that I actually did anything. You are further placed on notice that I, Lisa Lee, retain all rights, title, and interest in any copyrighted works and have created blah, blah, blah. Accordingly, you are hereby demanded to do the following immediately. Cease and desist from making any further threats to release or circulate private materials. Where is the original threat? What original threat was made to release or circulate private materials?
What was that? Just give me a sec. What was the was that Juice for Jesus versus Rap at the time?
Yeah, versus Rap. Yeah.
Okay, isn't that about fuck? Isn't that about something like totally different? And look at that case. Just look it up. Look it up.
ChatGPT
good idea.
Summarize it. Look at this one. Cease and desist from publishing, reposting, transmitting, or sharing any such materials in any forms. What such materials? She still hasn't said what. What is this private information you think I'm sharing? Number 3, cease and desist from making or republishing false, defamatory, misleading, or reputation damaging statements. She's never said what the statements are.
So that case was about someone claiming a publication falsely made her look like she converted religions. She sued for false light and defamation. The Florida Supreme Court said that Florida doesn't recognize false light as a separate lawsuit and was like, no. So what the fuck is that even about?
She probably used AI. Look at this. Cease and desist from contacting, surveilling, tagging, baiting, harassing, cyberstalking, or coordinating others to target Lisa Lee. Well, where's your evidence that this ever happened in the first place? Where are your instances? Cease and desist from communicating with Lisa Lee. I've never communicated with her.
But you know what? Her pal that she CC'd in here did try to put all of us in there on her birthday when he was making pig pictures and fucking explicit pictures of yourself, And in fact, isn't that interesting? They talk about, the whole thing that just blows my mind anyway is they will serve you this bullshit. And then they'll spend every live stream talking about you.
Talking about it. Right. Look at this. This is one of my favorites. Remove immediately any existing posts, messages, uploads, comments, recordings, screenshots, compilations, or other publications that disclose private information or contain false and defamatory content. But she has not listed any of these things. Where? What messages, what posts, what recordings, what screenshots? You need to give them to me if you want me to remove them.
It reminds me of the same thing that BBB pulled when he served Larry in the thumbnail lawsuit. The messages behind the scenes, even though Larry complied, they still planned on suing him. And we know that because of some of the messages that Shar provided, later on, where Michelle was like, so if he does this, I won't get oh no, we're still going to sue. It's like,
yeah, exactly. Okay. But there, in this entire letter, there is no specific instance It's just a bunch of bullshit. There's no specifics. Now, in the second letter, there were specifics about contacting her landlord, which we all know I did not do.
Right. And she admitted you didn't do.
And she admitted that I didn't do it. So I can ignore that one completely because there was no communication with her landlord. I did not do that. There has been no instance of specificity in any of these letters. And Volmet was correct about that. And everybody, all those people over there are pissed off that he's correct, and they're calling him a jerk for being correct.
Well, they're about a step away. You can see Lisa from her comments and all of that. Oh
yeah, bring that up again. So Lisa's saying, "Oh yeah,
it gets worse. She gets worse."
Is there? I didn't see the other comments. Let me see the other ones.
Check this shit out. So there are 3 pages of this, so it gets magical.
Well, they're not going to like him when he gets on because he's hard-headed. He will not change his opinion just because these people.
It's the final, and it's not a threat, Mike. There was specific, Mike. I am suing her. Okay, then it.
Okay.
Yeah. Pay attention, Mike. LOL. Okay, Mike. You see, I mean,
yeah.
This is a fuck yourself, Mike. Again, these are supposed to be your pals, though, buddy. You know, that's your problem, man. Yeah.
You can't tell the truth over there. You can't tell
man.
the truth.
Why don't you step out of line for a minute and actually stick to it? See what happens to you over there. See how fast you go the route of how many donors, how many fucking people who were supposed to get gifts, how many people that watched this show. See how fast your ass gets turned into a freaking a traitor, a flipper. You're a flipper.
Ridiculous. But yeah, he's right. Jay wants to know, Tug, what's going on? Why is Megan on here?
She just broke in. I mean, that's what happens sometimes.
I'm a liability. I thought she quit the
internet.
I'm a big liability. I heard your show last night, Jay. I heard you on the show.
Should have called you a Y-ability.
You know the payback is going to be intense, right?
I figured
You're ready
it'd come
for
Monday.
That, right? You're ready for the payback, right, Jay? Right, Jay? We'll see. We'll see what happens.
It would be Monday. I was like, well.
Well, I was listening and I didn't see all of this. I didn't see these comments by Lisa either in the middle of this. But yeah, what a shit show. I have to go. I have to go and make dinner and stuff. Yeah. But I just wanted to drop in, say hello, rant a little bit because this stuff is all crazy. Yeah, it's fun to rant
about. Well, I was on my rant too. You know, I was like, fuck these people, you know.
And I'll let you get back to that because it was really good. So pick up there.
All right. Let's see. No, it is. You know what? I've had much better people try to intimidate me over time, and much scarier people, in fact. Like I said, there was a moment with the Depp versus Heard case that I thought, well, in fact, I was told that if he lost that case, that I probably wouldn't have a YouTube channel anymore. And I'm sure that she would have tried to come after and make everyone that talked about that case's life hell. Because they already were trying to do that. Those people are scary because they had the might of many, many organizations and the entire mainstream media behind them. These fucking people, they're going to file, like I said, if they do anything, they're going to file a pro se lawsuit. They've already gone out and defamed the shit out of everybody there. The stuff, man, they've claimed about Megan was crazy. Again, I'm going to read you something, okay? I don't want to put it on the screen because I don't want it there. All right. But I want to add this into the conversation because they don't like talking about these things. You know, Leslie did an article that she tried to hide and she had it go live. We actually got the link to it and we got everything with it. But she wrote an article on, what was it? December. I can't remember the date. I'll have to look. December 5th, 2025. Okay. And she called this. I'm going to have to remove certain things from it when I talk about it, okay? It's aimed at Megan Fox, and it's aimed at her parents, by the way. So it's Megan Fox writer, Unethical Journalism Under Investigation for Illegal Distribution of Revenge Porn, obtained from, she names both of her parents, who obtained sexual content illegally. That's the title of this article that she put up. Again, I'd have to redact the shit out of it to put it on the screen, so I'd rather not. But it has a picture of her in front of one of her fake Megan Fox pictures, and it has her basically. She was embedding a video too, which I'm sure if I go through all the videos, I'm sure it's the video where she tries to go after her. Really nasty. Listen to this. She also says there's an FBI investigation into Megan Fox for this, just like there was a FBI investigation into everybody with the school thing. But this is what she wrote, and she tagged in. Listen to this headline. Under the picture, they'll have words under it to identify the picture. Instead of that, it says Megan Melissa Fox, aka Megan Fox, author, aka Megan Fox writer. Megan Fox investigates, is now under investigation for creating a fake journalism scheme to lure victims and stalk women. Yeah, she put this online and then tried to ghost this thing. She said recently she targeted female Leslie Federico. So by the way, that's the one hard-hitting part of the journalism. She did in this, at least confirm she was female. Cool. And an orchestrated attack to ruin her professional teaching license with the state of Florida. She obtained stolen sexual content from, she notes, both parents again, who previously stalked Leslie Federico's. Yes, so she's claiming that against her own parents. Now, it depends on the day. Some days her parents, depending on what she wanted to talk about, she'll talk about them, her dad being her greatest advocate and her mom was terrible, or she said some horrible things about her father, accusing him of pretty horrible shit. I mean, it just depends on the day. It's pretty nasty business. But she says, additionally, Megan Melissa Fox, who holds no formal education nor works for any reputable journalist entity, schemed with said parents, and it puts where they're from, to illegally publish sexual explicit material stolen from Leslie Federico's. Isn't this crazy? FBI, it ends with, has opened an investigation into the illegal distribution of stolen sexual materials Megan Melissa Fox obtained from, and it names the parents too. Investigation ongoing. Subscribe for details. Yeah. So she wrote that. I mean, stuff like that. This is when they bragged, they got together on 2L's channel and they pulled up all of these websites that 2L created for SEO, search engine optimization, where people would have to, when they looked, they would have to look there to find out things about these people. That's where they admitted they were trying to make it when you searched the name of certain folks that it would cause a problem. And one of the people they did that to was Megan Fox. So the school claims, again, the school claims are that's bad business, And remember, they doubled down and lied. And they've doubled down and tripled down and quadrupled down on the fact that Megan Fox said that she's, they're like, she said she called. No, she didn't. She's never called this school. She made that very clear. Like I said, I called the police about it to see if there was anything there. And you had Rosalind Duke, who wrote the school after she was brought up in stuff and accused of criminality. So it wasn't, it wasn't in the moment. Like they are trying, again, so hard to be the victims in something. And it's a very dumb move. It is a very dumb move because, again, they want to play around. Like I said, I've already talked about the things like they've said with me, but they talk about how they've never done contact or anything. They don't encourage it. Bullshit, man. Again, they read out John Cook talking about making contact with family members for myself. And they were like, yeah, let's go over this record here. Now, what did they do? Of course, they had to delete and hide everything, but too little, too late. People were already keeping it all. But yeah, look at this conversation here. Let's look at it. So this is the little meltdown that happens over this. You have Michael, you have vomit and paint chips. And vomit's like, all right, so here are the problems with the letter. He's telling them, wait, this isn't the beginning. Is that the beginning? Maybe, let me check. Give me a second. Let me make sure I'm back at the beginning. Let me refresh it just to make sure. I can't remember. Yeah, here it is. I was on it. Okay, give me 1 minute. Let me blow that back up. Sorry about that. Just wanted to make sure I hadn't thrown it off there. So, all right. So here are the problems with the letter. One, and then you have paint chips. Like, what's the problem with the letter? Yeah. You sent 3. That makes you look weak. Number 2, you said she's defaming you. You don't say specifically how she's defaming you. You don't say how it's defamation. And number 3, there's got to be consequences. Lisa, if you're going to sue. But constantly sending cease and desist letters with vague threats that you, I get those all the time. Those aren't legitimate. There's no reason to send 3 cease and desist letters. You send 1. You have to have specific defamatory and other things. And then if they don't comply, then you sue or you don't send any cease and desist. So this has got a lot of legalese. But you think she's defaming you, you have to sue her. And they're like, well, she said it's not, it's final. It's not that. That's what she says. She says there was specific, Mike. And he's like, no, they're not specific. I don't know how she's defaming you. Defamation is real. And then Paint is like, no. She is doing it. And she was going in there and she was getting a release of private facts. Release of private. What the fuck does that even mean? What are you talking about, dude? You know this is a bunch of garbage. Yeah, you got a hate boner for Jeremy Hales. He's suing you. Yeah. So you got to throw everything out the window. I swear to freaking God, man. These people. They're like, you didn't back us, so therefore. Uh-huh. We'll see. That's what you're doing. Right. I don't know what it is, it says she was going out there and she was going and getting documents and releasing them for no legitimate purpose. No legitimate purpose. Really? So you clowns think that this person here, after everything they've done, they put up a series of items talking about their neighbor. Nobody else is allowed to look into that, though. You're just supposed to wholesale buy what this fucking person says. That's what you're supposed to do. What a bunch of chumps. I mean, these guys go out. If someone told them that, they'd be like, fuck you say. But no. It's amazing, isn't it? It's amazing. So he's like, I'm not a lawyer, but I've received many cease and desist letters. I'm experienced with, she said, Lisa will says she's suing her. All right, well, then sue her. You've already sent her 3 cease and desist letters. No reason to send her 3. Or actually, they're cross talking. And then he goes, Michael, you there? You there, Michael? You there? Hello? And you can see he's actually still going. All right, I received many cease and desist. One was that one was correct with very specific things. They got wrong, and I gave documentation for why they were wrong. Okay, let's continue. Give me a second here. I'm blowing this up, so you don't have to watch me blow it up there. Give me 1 minute. 1 second. All right, here. The others were vague about what I got wrong. You're defamatory. Your article's defamatory. No, your article's defamatory. Was the article defamatory? So that's number 1. Number 2, you have to say what the consequences. Exfoliation, I guess as a consequence. But if you're going to sue. You don't need to send 3 cease and desist letters. Sue. And you sent 1, 2, 3. She's not going to respond. So hopefully you sue. And then that's the right one is you have until blah blah blah. If you don't do this action by June 10th at this time, I reserve the right to any and all, including defamation lawsuit. That's how I correct cease and desist. That's that. If you're going to sue, good. I don't think you need to send 3 cease and desist, but I don't think you need 3. I think you need to be a lot more specific about what she's getting wrong. If you bring it to court, Megan's going to say, I don't know what she's talking about. I didn't know what she was talking about, so I couldn't fix it. I don't know what that letter, much good to do. Actually, that third letter is fucking crazy. Because like I said, it reads as we're going through all of your stuff. It reads like a threat and not a threat. Hey, I'm going to sue. It absolutely reads like some clown show bullshit. They're going to try to, and if I'm not going to give them legal advice on something else, they're going to fuck up something real big. Like I said, what I think they want to do is I think that they will probably file some pro se bullshit. They are not going to have a war chest. So could they potentially maybe make here's the other problem. If you get a decent lawyer, the retainer, $15,000. That's a decent lawyer, So, I mean, you can have if you want to file and then, depend on the people around you, like Leslie, woo, baby. Maybe you should look at what she's filing. But you're going to have to part with any money that you bring up. Oh, that ain't going to be fun. Service alone, fuck. I mean, again, Paint Chips made it very clear how service can work, how far service can work. Hire somebody to bring not just again, a few bucks. I mean, like I said, I comply totally within reason with anything that a court orders. But again, Paint Chips showed exactly how far you can go with this stuff. That is a very valuable lesson. And they open themselves up for their own lawsuits. And it'd be interesting. See, I think I could get any of their stuff knocked down for the retainer fee. I think I could do that. Maybe 30, maybe. But that would leave me wide open to crowdfund a fucking countersuit. And again, if you don't think I can nail you to the wall for talking about for trying to throw out grooming fucking allegations, you got another thing coming. Again, not to belabor this point, but I just want to note this. You look at Michelle Preston and John Cook. They dance hardcore trying to get away from the statements that they made. Why are they trying to get away from those statements? Because they know that those statements right there, they will bury them in court. That's why they're so worried about, and they should be worried about the signs, because if signs are connected to them, then they have a real problem. They tried that, and they tried the nobody saw it. Well, unfortunately, you can't go with the nobody saw it, because that defense isn't going to work. It's not going to work at all. But you've done the same thing with Megan Fox. You again, you're talking about a mother here. A mother that you said targeted a school system and shut it down. 3,000 kids. And it does not fucking matter if Leslie told you that or not. That will not matter in the slightest. You probably think, oh man, well, Leslie said it, therefore, nope, that's not going to work. It's just like, again, some nameless account puts something online. Well, shit. That doesn't work. Defamation, again, you could have done your due diligence and found out if it was real. We found out it was real in one day. One day. Because after Rosalind Duke's name got brought into it, she wrote to see if it was real. And she was told, I don't know what you're talking about. And that is damn well evidence. So, I mean, oh, Lord. I mean, what a bunch of idiots. I wonder if they really believe the stupid that they say about Hales, that lawsuits are a moneymaker, because they're not. They're moneymakers for people that cover it. I make money. 2L and the gang, they make money. Or they did make money. But they're not a moneymaker if you get bogged down in it. So, to think that, I mean, they got lucky with Fed too. But the problem is, you bring the lawsuit, you have to pay. You have to pay for stuff. And again, the only way I can see them thinking that'll work out is if they go with filing. And again, the other thing in there too, I will make sure to fight everything in the lawsuit. Everything from jurisdiction and on. Anything that costs time and money. Because that is exactly what I learned from Bruce Manskin. It's funny too. They reported Randy Shockett for talking about a case, right? Which is pretty funny and hypocritical considering Bruce. Does that mean Bruce needs to be reported? And I'm not saying he does, because I don't believe that. He has the ability to talk about a case. But it is so insane. They sat around last night and they encouraged just oceans of people to make false reports and false claims. I mean, it's absolutely unreal to see. I think Shizzy is back. Let me reach out to him real quick. Oh, dude, you messaged me before. I didn't see that. Hey. Give me 1 second. I wonder. I'm going to know about... They've been flagging him. I'm going to talk to him. If he's around. It's just it's all funny. Hey, I wrote... I've been working on my second Substack article. Hey, Shizzy's around. Give me a second. All right, 1 sec. I'll send a link. Give me a minute, guys. I'm sending Shizzy a link real quick. I'm going to ask him about... He just got back, too. Which is awesome. I'll actually get some Shizzy report time again. Bam, there we go. Shizzy will be back in here in a minute. Yeah, he's been away for a hot second. He's been on vacation. And that's good. You need them sometimes. Oh, by the way, I forgot to bring something up. I need to bring it up real quick. All right. So Preston, I noted that. Have you seen her newest posts? Oh my Lord, dude. So on her channel, check this out. I almost forgot about this. I apologize. So on her channel, she brought up, first of all, if she gets 1,000 subscribers, she'll be doing lives. Now you realize, Michelle, it's not just 1,000 subscribers. You have to have watch hours. You have to have thousands of watch hours. So if you're going for long form content, you're talking about 4,000 watch hours. So you'll need to hammer it away, And also, she said this, and I thought this was so insane. Okay. It just pisses me off to see. Laying here, ready to take a little nap with my beautiful daughter, she looks up to me and she says this. When we moved here, my life changed. Everything changed because that Mr. Hales hates me. He doesn't like me, Mommy. How incredibly sad it is to know that my brilliant child is having, as she says, the worst day ever. What the fuck are you telling that kid? A kid at that age does not think like that. This is insane. Either, the first thing I thought was, oh yeah, well, when Bug was an embryo, I actually put my ear to my now ex-wife's belly, and I was listening. And you know what? I think I heard her playing the violin. Yeah, it's amazing, huh? It is. It's absolutely amazing. What's up, man?
What is up, brother? Man.
Hey, did you have a good one?
Oh, I did. Bordeaux, man. It is cool as all get out.
Welcome back to the trenches, baby. Man, it is. Everything has gone insane as of late.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm still, I'm still fighting with YouTube. They're trying to claim that there's privacy concerns on some of the videos, and yeah, I've already said you're gonna have to be more specific. Just flagging a whole video doesn't work, and they've already denied 2 of them. They said, yeah, there's nothing on there.
Did they? So they've already knocked 2 of them down.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, the problem is with privacy complaints, they're a coin flip. So here's the reality. If people want to know about this, with a privacy complaint, even with humans that looked through it, you never knew how it was going to come up. Now, when the review part of it came up, you could typically win it back, but now it depends because of AI.
Oh, they're not even taken down. That's the thing about it. They're still up and running. They said that there was something in there, and of course now that they've already said that they're planning on suing, there's this thing called preservation. So I had to inform them that due to their own words that anything that's taken down could be taken as destroying preservation. So all of those videos have to stay up now, especially if they're claiming that they're going to bring a lawsuit. So pulling those videos down would detrimentally damage the proof that there's nothing there.
Yep. Well,
or that there is something there. Just depends on what the court finds. So they're going to have a hard battle on that one too.
Oh, they'd have a real hard battle with, a couple of things they haven't thought about either is some things that they want to bring in. You know what it takes? It doesn't take just you saying, hey, blah, blah, blah. It takes these weird things called experts.
Yeah.
Experts are very expensive.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like this, Lisa. Prove my words.
Well, they also have a couple other battles that they're going to have to deal with also that they haven't thought about. And well, I'll let them sit there and ponder those for a while.
Yeah, I just want them to think about that. Okay, the cost of expert, they should know. They had to deal with a handwriting expert, which in the early days they could get funded, but
oh yeah. Yeah, their funding has gone out the window. I mean, it's completely dried up. I mean, she's still trying to raise funds off of her birthday. She was complaining about that. It was just like, oh, I haven't met my goal for my birthday.
Yeah. Hey, if you would like to send well wishes for her birthday, we can fund the rest here, and we could send the emotion, not the money. We will not send the money.
I got the songs all fired up, ready to go.
Yeah.
You send them
if you'd like to help with that part.
Gabe's birthday and her birthday and Kendra's birthday. I mean, they were just having a good old time. But yeah, they're going to have an uphill battle, seeing that they're already claiming that they're going to put me in another lawsuit. Okay, file it, fatty.
Yeah, with Lips running her mouth. Yeah, I'm like, Lips, you already, like, for me, you already put me in twice, and since you voluntarily dismissed the case against me, then you brought me back. And then you voluntarily dismiss the case against me. That's an interesting thing. I will discuss with a lawyer called adjudication. We've already had that decided on its merits.
Well, yeah, and they're trying to say that they're going to bring a lawsuit. So I mean, okay, if you're going to bring a lawsuit, bring the damn lawsuit, and stop playing around with it, because I, like you said, I'll crowdfund the whole damn thing.
Yeah.
And if they think that they're going to be able to sit there and intimidate people by them saying, oh, we're going to bring a lawsuit unless you stop, it's just like,
Well, no, the question is, stop what?
Even if I didn't stop, because that's what Bruce already tried. Bruce sent an email, said, hey, pull down these because they're defamatory. And I gave him a week and said, hey, show me what's defamatory. Actually pulled those things down and said, hey, here we go. They're down. And as soon as I started talking about Hales again, he brought that stuff back up again. And I said, all right, well, those videos are going back up because you haven't shown anything was defamatory.
Right. And that's the thing. They're wanting to leverage, so you can't talk about anything that they've done ever. And on top of that, see, it's like the bullshit. Now when I mention this, I don't mean any ugliness towards Tammy J when I say this, but it's like this. They've tried to take it when Tammy J is just going out to have fun. They've tried to hammer her name and to talk shit about her, and they continue. They threaten her in the plainest way possible. In fact, I would use some of their quotes against Tammy J in a lawsuit. You can't say one word about them, one syllable, nothing, or they'll sue you. Okay, well, that's definitely not, that is not something that works. But also, they go out, and how many streams have they had where they mentioned Tammy J, where they tried to, they tried to use her name as a threat, and they try to use it as a threat for people that come along later on too. If you decide to speak, then you will also get this.
Well, yeah, I mean, and this is something that Paint Chips has used. This is something that Volpe has used. This is something that Lips especially has used. I mean, she's saying, she sent me hundreds of messages, which I still have, about how everything that I was doing was illegal. How much she loved me. She wanted some shizzy daddy. She wanted to get a little bit of that shizzy daddy.
Want some, that's what I think. Like, they want some daddy too. I mean, again, if like a Volmet or Paint Chips, they want to roll back and forth in communications. When they write, I ain't crying to the court.
No,
I ain't crying to anybody. I just sitting around talking shit and they give up on it. That ain't my problem.
I cannot believe the amount of hatred they gave you over a simple Substack. I mean,
I know, it's so beautiful too. Actually, you want to hear my new one I've been working on?
Play this one because these have been awesome.
Oh my gosh, this one here. Now we got to remember, okay? Now this one is it's still in development. Okay, so
okay.
I'll give you a little taste of it here. Let me bring it up for you. Okay. Oh, this is really pretty. All right, give me a second here.
I'm so ready for this.
All right, here we are. So a balding journalist whose remaining hair follicles are allegedly being held in escrow by another journalist pending final resolution of something recently found himself involved in a rather fascinating story. Money pieces, hair fights. Well, that's another story for another day. This story, well, it's not that. It's a story about a paragraph. One paragraph, a paragraph so utterly devastating that someone allegedly spent 3 days in jail over it, and that includes Mother's Day. Now, when most people hear this, they're probably thinking, wow, that paragraph must be radioactive. And maybe. I mean, that's a reasonable conclusion. I mean, after all, it's guarding ad litem reports aren't exactly restaurant menus. Courts, they seem to guard them pretty aggressively. The legal term for this level of sensitivity is roughly don't. Now, look at all the typos, you don't stuff fucking around with it. They're the type of document where people are routinely warned not to share it, and judges get very unhappy about it when they start floating around. The kind of document, that can apparently turn a Mother's Day, a weekend, into a jail stay. So imagine everyone's shock when it was discovered that that paragraph that was apparently important enough to get someone locked up was not important enough to stop writing an article about. Yeah, you see, ordinary people and journalists, they operate under entirely different laws of physics. If you touch a paragraph, that's one thing. But if a journalist touches it, that's public service, democracy. Yeah, I've said journalist charges money while discussing that too. That's apparently freedom, you know? Please try to keep up. And now some cynical people out there might wonder whether there was any financial, boons or incentives involved. I'd never suggest a thing. I mean, maybe there was, maybe there wasn't. Maybe somebody got paid. Maybe nobody got paid. Maybe money changed hands. Maybe money simply wandered through the universe and coincidentally arrived at exactly the same destination. Who knows? I mean, or what are you, the IRS? I mean, the important thing is that question. Oh, God, I put in the IRS. Oh, God. The important thing is that questions like this distract from the real issue, the paragraph. The terrifying paragraph, the paragraph dangerous enough to get someone jailed, yet somehow safe enough to become content. And speaking of money, this sort of became a fundraiser. Why? Well, there's always a fundraiser. At first it was 18 grand, then it became 10 grand, which is good because most things, they get more expensive. I mean, you know how inflation is these days, Shizzy, but this fundraiser somehow went on sale. That's cool, right? So last time I checked, approximately $3 had been raised. Not 300, not 3,000, $3.
Well, you gave that $3, didn't you?
Yeah. Well, to be fair, I gave $1 and others gave the other two, and then he raised the price, but that too has gone on sale. That's a good point. So he raised the price to $7 for admission, but now he's chipped it away to $5. I'm like, put it back down to $1, Volman. I would have gave you another the other day.
Yeah, I heard.
I was.
You had it all fired up. You were just.
I really was. I really was going to do it.
Such, devastating paragraph that it needed another $1 added to it.
Yeah. Well, I felt good, because read my Substack. That's what I was going to put there. I was going to put there, read my Substack. That's exactly. And then I was going to encourage a couple of people to give. I don't want to give too much, but a couple of people to give, and they should have put there, read his Substack.
Do you think I should start a Substack for open letters?
Yeah. As long as you got to make sure, though, you got to make sure that you spell it right. See, I've had a few people telling me that I'm misspelling Substack because I'm missing the C off of it. And I'm like, are you kidding? Who am I going to go with? Am I going with the people who created the site or with these two esteemed journalists that have been sending me emails where they leave off the C half the time?
I would go with the smart ones, the ones that sent you all of that information, because we know that they're the smartest ones in the room.
Exactly. I mean, hey, they get $400 an article, allegedly.
I think I get 5 at least.
That's right. Like I said, I'd write a hit piece on Megan Fox for that.
Yeah, you send me 300, I'll write a hit piece about everybody.
There you go. Exactly. But at this pace, the campaign should hit its goal sometimes around the colonization of Mars. Just got to be patient. Still, true journalism requires sacrifice, mainly yours, because defending journalism against the menace of paragraphs isn't cheap. And for only $400 an article, you too can support the ongoing struggle against paragraphs, or perhaps the struggle for paragraphs. Honestly, I've lost track, but what I know, I'm not a journalist. That's as far as I've gone.
Oh, it's so beautiful. So beautiful.
I thought it was good. I thought, because there's the menace of paragraphs. Yeah. Look at this. Look at this monstrousness. No. See, again, as I've pointed out, who are you going to believe on that? Are you going to believe the people who created it, who put the C in Substack, or are you going to believe the people these two amazing journalists that are so powerful that they can defy the system for the low price of $400 an article?
I need $400 an article. I mean, I would write Substack article after Substack article. If I can get 400, yeah, I think I'll have to fire up the old Substack open letters. They've been missing them. They tried striking them. That's part of what they tried striking was the open letters.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised though. I mean, again, it's funny. I did edit a video the other day. I edited out a minute because on something there wasn't even a whole phone number on one of the complaints Leslie put up. I had knocked off part of it, but it was enough that it had it within 2 digits. So I was like, nah, I'm going to edit that. And when you edit, it takes away the chat there. But I did edit that out because I was like, no, I'm not going to leave that on there. That's
I still can't believe that she posted her own phone number on there.
Yeah, she's the one who posted it up. Exactly.
She should just say, she should just post on there, subscribe to my Substack.
Well, if she would have put her freaking complaints on there, it'd have been easier to find them, on a Substack.
Well, and I have a question about that complaint you read the other night.
Uh-huh.
Now I looked on the FTC site. I couldn't find anything of that complaint, and that complaint was from what I can tell 2025. It doesn't look like it's a real complaint.
Well, I don't know. I've never found like I said, a FTC complaint. So maybe she's ad-libbing them.
I have. I filed. I had to file a couple of FTC complaints.
The IC3s are correct. Outline wise. Now I can't tell you with any certainty if she's filed them. I would not. I don't see why she would start. Like doing smart things now. No.
So. I mean, like I had to file FTC, IC3, ICANN. Multiple complaints because they were trying to use my trademark, which is a big problem, especially whenever you're creating a website over it. Aaron has a big no on doing that. GoDaddy didn't like it too much. ICANN wasn't too happy with it. The FTC definitely was not very happy with the fact that the fleas.
Oh, when they did the fake freaking website crap.
Yeah, that and also that they had doxed my a person that is not involved in any of this stuff also.
Oh, I mean, that can't be right, man. They don't dox people. What are you talking about?
You don't talk to people. Yeah, that was. I noticed that they did pull that stream down. They say they don't pull streams down, but they did.
Yeah, well, that's the same one. When they talked about the like when they flat out said the grooming thing and all that. I mean, when they were getting nasty about it. Oh, those came down when they did all of their, when they wanted to respackle everything. So I love that because. When they were talking, when they send cease and desist to Megan, they're like, don't move anything, including this, don't do anything. But they don't want to follow by their own words. Hey, can you hold this for 1 minute? I'll be right back.
Yeah, brother. I got you. Chat, it is wonderful to be back, lurking and checking in. Come on, folks, hit that like button. Absolutely. Hey, Jack Miles, Inspector Guy, how you doing? Christine Black. My gosh, Gwen. Yeah, I am back, and I'm going to be. I haven't set it up yet, but I will be doing Morning Whiz and Coffee. We'll be back again. It's going to be early stuff that I'll be firing up. So if you don't catch it on the first round, you'll be able to catch it on the second round. Do the rewatches, and I will be going over a lot of the crazy stuff that's been coming in the mornings. Oh my gosh, there's so much. I've probably got about a month's worth of content, baby. That's what this is all about. 144 likes. Right. Jaws definitely needs more.
Are you talking about Are you talking about my awesome stuff?
Yeah, your awesome Substack should have.
I know, man.
More than 144 likes.
But that's embarrassing for some people out there. I make one that talks about how if you subscribe that I can cure global warming. That's what 9 out of 10 scientists said. And of course, that 10th one hasn't read my Substack. So
that's why. He should be reading the Substack.
You should be thankful I write about that. Man, I'm trying to cure the world here.
I mean, the work that you do, behind the scenes that nobody sees on curing global warming. I mean, and then also you definitely have to get Megan's, caravan for that, because if you don't,
it's actually, that's why I want it. It's part of the cure. People haven't put it together yet.
They'll figure it out. They'll get it out.
That's exactly it. So you haven't had a chance to read any of these wonderful new Leslie filings lately, have you?
No, I mean, all I was able to do was download because I was working on this little bitty laptop. I was like, well, another one. 117 pages, 37 pages.
There is a massive punchline that is going to come off of something, but it will take probably a month because I'm not going to give it away, you know. But there will be, you mark my words right now, there will be a very, very funny thing that comes up. But like I said, I can't note it yet. It's in some of her stuff. I'm not going to ruin the fun on it, you know.
No.
But oh my God, I mean, she's done she's done something that's amazing.
I mean, we were able to go through there and see that she just majorly was doing a cut, copy, and paste on that.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm not even like that stuff is just, yeah, it's so noticeable. But there's just there's something she's done that is really, really funny. And she doesn't understand it. And me saying this will drive her even battier. I swear. It is real, by the way, Leslie. Very much so. Giant fuck up. I can't believe these people. Again, they encourage last night. They've encouraged going after Mark Feather, going after Doreen, going after Randy Shockett, and going after Larry Foreman. Filing, they've told all these people, including, like, here's the problem. So they were encouraging Michelle Preston to file complaints against all these folks, right? And Michelle Preston, well, guess who beat Michelle Preston in court?
Let's see. Everybody?
Yeah, well, that's true. But who was a plaintiff in, out of people that are also a lawyer?
Oh gosh. I'm trying to think. What
That would be DeYuanga.
Yeah.
Right. So they're talking about targeting DeYuanga after he's, I mean, again, remember that that little thing that they ended up dropping off because Scotty Stark.
Well, and it makes me wonder if they're not planning on I think their hopes is to not actually have the bankruptcy go through.
I just don't see how they can't, because again, the bankrupt, they brought in all of these people. Actually, what they told Tina back when is that they had they weren't going to go forward. They didn't want to. That's what Michelle told her, and then she said that she couldn't get out of it though.
Yeah, I mean that has sort of hurt them in a bad way, because the initial goal, and this is from Bubble's own mouth, was to delay this even further, and to make Jeremy sweat and have to worry about it, because it was going to put all of the other cases on stay. And I guess they weren't expecting that Fed 2 would move forward as it did.
Right.
They were also expecting that their attorney would screw up royally and not keep up with the filings and have it dismissed. And they were able to move forward in the thumbnail case, the trespass case, that were brought by Michelle. That hurt them even more. And that's why they were so anxious to get it back up and running, because all of a sudden Bruce is got himself tangled up by, filing things in, well, actually not even filing things, just sending emails to the court.
I'm just like, Bruce, man, you know better, brother. I mean, again, when I'm commenting on this, I'm going to be careful in the way I say this, because I look at this much differently than, say, a Jeremy Hales would. I'm looking at it as something I'm on the outside of. Now, as a lawyer that's in there, he's got a different positioning, but at the same time, he has one play that he's doing, and that's it. And getting emotionally tangled up the way he did,
yeah,
I don't get it.
Well, I think it was just to try to delay it even longer because he knew what was coming down the pipe. Because he's on the hook for raising money for her legal fees, as are the Fleas. I mean, they openly raised money to put her in that bankruptcy suit.
I wonder if she has thought about. Well, you know, they've also given her advice that was not good advice, and legally, I mean, her losing everything, that's terrible advice, you know? I'm sure that was never her plan to lose all of her stuff.
No.
You know, I realize I'm not a legal strategist here, but, you know,
well,
I don't think that's what.
She may be able to keep a small portion of it, but
Well, they'll keep the part that, yeah, that, but what is it? Half? I mean, I remember going in again, they got to have a hearing over it all.
Well, it would be half of a half, because if I'm not mistaken, doesn't John Crook own the
well, they have
would own it, that other half.
Well, they have the what's not homesteaded. So actually they would keep the half with John. Again, they've got to decide on it, but the way it looks like it would be the John Cook portion. So, or what is it? I'm also curious on what they would call the John Cook portion, you know, how they decide all of that. I'm curious about a lot.
And it has to be homesteaded. That's the problem. That portion can't even be homesteaded because there's no home there.
Yeah, so, but John Cook, well, his part of it, you know, since he's a co-signer, that they will keep a portion of. That's why they're only going after, you know, the part of it, because it's his.
Here's the thing: he has to show that he's part co-signer.
And yeah, well, he's on
the stuff they're not showing. Just because his name is on it, I do title work all the time.
They'll walk. I'm telling you, you watch. They'll walk with part of that property. You know they will.
I'm sure they will. But the thing is if they did the transfer within the past 3 years, that they'll roll back that transfer. Like, that transfer has to have been done whenever they first moved on there. So if his, just because his name is on it doesn't mean that it's homesteaded under his name.
Well, my issue for John Cook or Lynette Preston, I wonder, see, John Cook doesn't seem particularly disturbed that Lynette Preston could lose everything.
Oh, no. Why would he be?
I wonder if he ends up with a piece of the property and Lynette Preston has nothing, if he'll be like, see ya, you know?
Well, she wanted him off of there. I don't see why he wouldn't want her gone.
Oh, that's what I'm wondering too. You know, I wonder how that plays. And those are questions that we cannot answer until, you know, until things roll up. But she had some pretty gnarly things to say about him. So I'm sure if it were me, I would definitely hold a grudge, you know?
Well, I mean, she's holding a grudge against the Flea. You know, the only reason she's using the Flea is because the Flea is using some of that money that was raised for a different reason to help her out.
Well, of course. I mean, of course, she has got to hold that against her. You know, with everything that's happened, Lord, you know, she's mad. I mean, my God, they went from get rich to hopefully don't lose everything.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and you have to remember all that money was raised off of using a small child that they claim is disabled, and a disabled elderly woman and a disabled elderly man. That's what they raised all of that money for. And they have openly stated that they do not have to give them a single damn penny of that. They've openly stated they don't plan on ever giving them a single penny of that.
Well, that's what they said. I mean, it was amazing to hear them say these are gifts. You know, they were very public about, that's my money. I do with what I want. You know,
they were very public about it, and I think there was quite a few of their bigger donors that saw the way that they were behaving with that. I mean, even Only Me reached out and was just like, wait a second. So you've got a convicted felon that has scammed money off of the elderly, was convicted for this, pled no low contender to it. And you're telling me, I need an accounting of this. And
Yeah.
as soon as he started asking for that, they were just like, we
Woo.
don't owe you anything.
Yeah, well, they attacked him publicly. They went after him off and on for months. I mean, it was pretty brutal, to be honest, to watch. Yeah.
I mean, it was brutal the way, and they do this to anybody that goes up against them. They go twice as hard. I mean, think about the way that they acted whenever Lips came out and said that she was supporting
yeah.
Jeremy. I mean, I've still got a message from her where she tried to friend me on Facebook. She's changed the name since then, where she tried to friend me on Facebook and said, "Don't you dare say anything about this. I'm going after Lips or after the
2L, yeah.
league." And we got like them openly admitting how much they wanted to take down Lisa Lee and all of her shenanigans. And then to turn around and all of a sudden say, well, we were just playing. This was part of our
Yeah, when they pulled that was kind of funny. Yeah, we were just pretending. Really? And Michelle, of course, is like, I never really did that. She admitted it one time, and then now she's back to that never happened. But it is fascinating to see like people that you consider as main members in that actually doing this kind of stuff. That's another thing. With Volmet being all burned out on it. Hey, Volmet, don't you find it interesting that depending on the way the weather turns, that one day like Preston may turn on you too. She may with you talking to her or anything, she may say, oh, that's all fake. You never did any of that either. You're a lying piece of shit.
Oh yeah, think about that interview that she did with him.
She calls that bullying and hate.
Yeah. Oh, she could easily come after him for that. I wouldn't be surprised if that's one of her next plays is to say, hey, this guy that writes for Substack, follow my Substack, didn't, he coerced her into doing something and exposing her to, more problems in Ohio. I mean, she would have a good case against it.
She definitely wanted to go after 2L in the game. I mean, it was very interesting to see how badly she wanted it. And it's been funny because sometimes, again, they pretend that wasn't real. Sometimes they blame it on Tina and say, oh, Tina, it was her fault. And it's like, no, Michelle wanted her money. And again, out of anything else, she was correct in that. It's her freaking money.
Wasn't there some sort of deposition that Michelle was supposed to have that she didn't show up to?
Yep. The recent one that, I guess we're going to see a hearing over.
Oh, that hearing's coming up, what, next week, isn't it? Something like that?
I don't remember.
I think it's
we got so much stuff going on. I believe Lips right now, too, has a bunch of stuff going on.
Monday, I think she's got a hearing that she's supposed to show up for her trying to file a second dismissal on it. Yeah. And she's going to have to show reason for why that should be dismissed. That's going to be an interesting one.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. I mean, they're under siege right now. Like when they talk about we're going to do this or Liz is going to do that. Oh, she may file a garbage lawsuit, but she does not have the money to fight.
Well, and she's already a frivolous litigant. I mean, that has been made pretty clear. What is she going to do? Is she going to have Michael trying to file something for her after she's fired him off of one case? Is she going to say, "Oh, Michael is going to file this for me"? I mean, is he representing her? Is he not representing her? I mean, as far as I can tell, the court hasn't granted leave of him to not be representing her. So anything that she files is pretty much garbage.
Well, she's been interesting to watch, I'll have to say. you know, again, there's been all kinds of fun times. I'm again limiting certain comments. I don't, like I said, I don't want to give away some of the fun. You know,
well, everything that I've seen, she's done so absolutely wrong.
Well, there's the stuff. Look at what she's. Even if it was 100% right, let's just go for the sake of, yeah, everything's great, everything's gravy, right? Well, look at them. I mean, look at what she's thrown out there. Can you imagine, like being in? Imagine you're a judge, and you see a copy paste where you have the same documents coming back at you. Like that's.
Yes.
Oh, that's some wild business right now too. I mean, they are fucking up majorly, going out and just 100% targeting anybody. I mean, we're not talking about discussing stuff. We are talking about going and, targeting people and trying to, you're filing FBI and IRS complaints, and, you're going to the attorney general and more. I mean, all of that, it just proves that this person is a vexatious piece of crap.
Well, and Michael isn't much better. I mean, he right now he's looking at several $100,000 worth of court fines. I mean, that appeal time is just about done. Letitia Limbauer or something like that. That one is just about done. I mean, they're already getting all the pleadings from the appellees and that one right there. As soon as the appeal court makes their ruling on it, that goes back to the federal court case, and he's going to be expected to start forking over some cash.
All these people thought Hales would be an easy, quick payday. They thought
that's how it looks like to me.
Yeah,
I mean
that's that's how I've read all of it. They thought, they could go after him, and if they caught him just right, then he would end up coughing up money because of his business. They didn't figure that he would be as obstinate as he has been.
Yes.
And honestly, I wouldn't have given them anything either, because ultimately, if you do give in to them, they will probably come back and want something else.
Well, they've already done that with other people. I mean, think about this. Whenever Jay had his conversation with Lips, all right, yeah. Go back to that lawsuit.
Mm-hmm.
Jay had a conversation with her, and she said, "Well, I'll just go ahead and drop this." And I as she said, she just wanted to get that stuff on the record. I mean, she even went so far as to getting the first part. Her initial pleading was sealed. The rest of it opened up. Okay, you can go look. You can see that that initial lawsuit that she filed, she claimed wanted to have it sealed, because you have to remember that these folks like to do things where nobody can disseminate it, show exactly the behavior of these people. So their big move, their quickest move, is to try to get it sealed as quickly as possible. They'll add stuff like, it's because of kids, or whatever reason that they can find. This is why they've been able to run roughshod through all the guardianship stuff, is because you can't pull that up. It gets sealed. Which
I hate that about guardianship. There's supposed to be oversight, but we've seen these oversights. We've seen who runs oversight, and they don't do very much for it.
Well, I will say that the Florida Supreme Court did do some oversight on it, and they found some pretty bad behavior from Lips. I mean, that was the reason why they brought those complaints against her. That was coming from a federal judge that was just like, hey, you're putting in something that I am the one that wrote the ruling on this, and you're accusing another attorney of bad behavior, and you're reporting him to the state bar. I am the one that wrote this filing. And
yeah, that's an amazing one to read through, by the way.
Well, and also a lot of her tricks are, and she said this openly, is what she'll do is she will say that, for example, if she's filing something with the court, she'll file it as being true and factual, that the other side has no disagreement with it, and then she won't include their proper email address. She'll change one letter, add a digit in there. This is a little game that she likes to play. So that way, whenever the judge sees it, the judge thinks that the other party agreed with it. It's the same thing that she did on her first dismissal, of saying that all parties agreed to this, and nobody agreed to anything.
I'm curious why, when she's writing letters, I'm curious why, she has a lot of emails, but I'm curious why one of those emails is under Michael's name.
Isn't that strange? How
It's a very interesting question, isn't it?
Well, and although she may be able to file things with Florida State Court, if she's using Michael as filing it using his name, well, she's in a lot of hot water over that too.
Well, he'll never knock her out. He'll never knock her out, though. I mean, that's just.
Well, it won't matter. That'll get him in trouble. It already got.
Well, that's the thing. It'll get him in trouble, but he's done some stuff. See, it was interesting because we all extended him the benefit of the doubt and thought, man, surely this guy can't be involved in this level of stupid, right? And then he proved, yes, absolutely he is. He proved it when he was doing those cooking shows and shit,
Yes. Those things were awful. I was crying laughing because I was just like, oh my gosh, dude, you look so weak. So weak. You've got this person that is so crazy that she is filing stuff using your name, and you let her get away with it, and then she'll turn around and file like some of the most vile things against him.
Accused him of abuse. That's when look. It's just like the argument with John Cook. I'm like, okay, if somebody accuses you, see, I've been falsely accused in court. You know what? I was very fucking loud about it, and later on, when finally, again, people get mad. Like I said, the problem with divorce courts and stuff, this is what I was noting with like Germany, you can say a lot and there's no repercussion for it.
No.
So you're playing at a high stake. So yeah, I got fucking, again, I think the police records speak for it. But again, with my ex, she talked about like in her interviews, but at the time she said some crazy shit. And, that really, I was not quiet about it. I could not imagine, like, if it would have came up publicly, I would have definitely been very vocal about. And luckily, I did not have to deal with that, and things rolled, back into a normal place. But they have never tried to correct that record.
Well, and they're pulling things off of Reddit and trying to state those.
Oh God, anonymous Redditors too. You want to bring up all the stupid comic shit, whatever. I've never, mainstream media wanted us to be bad guys. That's the thing. You learn this from anything you involved in. See, they've never taken a risk, so they would not understand this. But if you really take a risk, if you really go against the grain. Like with mainstream, I've gone against the grain on mainstream 3 heavy times. I went just talking about comics. They went after us. That term you see thrown around, Comicsgate, that was applied by media. They put it on us because we were talking about the professionalism. It's going down, and the quality is also going down, and the prices, they're going up. So you're watching hobbies that we love die. And we got attacked heavily, but we fought them, And then the Vic Mignogna lawsuit, when that came up, the media was all over it. It was in the height of the Me Too era, and the stories kept changing, and it was crazy. I was like, and it wouldn't be like a little bit of factual inaccuracy. It would be. It would go from, this guy, he pulled me close, it was uncomfortable and gave me a smooch, to he knocked me on a bed and pinned me down. I mean, it would be just insane differences. Like one accuser of him had 6 different versions of something. that came out over time. I was like, holy shit. But we fought the media on that. And then, of course, Deb. Now, you learn over time that there are a lot of people, you make enemies. You know, you make real enemies, and then you make losers like them. You know, losers like them that will fire up something anonymously and try to freaking go to town on your reputation. But for me, I don't give a fuck. Every one of these people, they're like, that person's a monster. Fine. I'm a fucking monster. Have fun, you know?
Well, and they've come at you so many times. You would think that these idiots would have learned by now. But it's like going after a seasoned, you know, military veteran that has, you know, been through, you know, all kinds of crap, and thinking that, you know, you're going to make a verbal threat against this person and not expect them to react.
I think Paint Chips and them are a perfect example. Okay, look, Paint Chips and them, for everything they do, they get into heavy back and forth and shit, right?
Yeah.
But they understand, like, part of it when you're covering something, and I mean, those people, first of all, like the 2L and them, they inserted themselves heavily into the case, way beyond. You know, they've done some just crazy stuff that you don't do. Like them.
Well, even Paint Chips and Volpe know that you don't do half the stuff that they're doing.
Yeah, I mean, they keep a certain, like Volpe anyway. I mean, Paint Chips has done some stuff that it's like, wow, you know. Yeah, I don't know if you're gonna get away with that one, man. You know?
And you remember this?
They're laughing at us.
Okay, whenever that happened, that was Bruce calling them out on the Flea.
Yeah.
Losing her absolute mind. She had Lips on there, and Lips was like, oh, this is such a beautiful file, and you're doing such a great job, and way to hand it to him. And that filing was so horrible because she was responding to the initial complaint, posting the correct number to it that she was responding to, and she had never read it. She never read it.
See, that's what I love. She had some people placate her that did not, like Michael apparently told her that she was that, you know, oh man, you could be a lawyer. Yeah, it's because he didn't want to represent you, you know. Yeah. You know what? I mean, ultimately Fed2 beat itself, you know, it did. It got fancy and it beat itself. And there were a lot of people in that. Now, again, who knows what'll happen with the other two? I don't know. I'm curious about Joyner, you know, I'm curious about a few things that were argued in that, and see how, especially Bolitho, I'm curious how that'll go. But Fed2, again, that thing, not to get into Fed2 too much, but that thing was a fucking disaster. It was a disaster as far as scope. You know, I'm not even talking about the thing itself. I'm talking about the scope of it was just so big, and you're going after people that have nothing, you know,
absolutely nothing.
Yeah, I can get a $4 million, you know. I mean, shit, it's like fucking suing an actual flea. Like what am I going to get back? You know, people, you can't bleed a fucking stone, man.
Well, and on top of that, it's not just about, you know, how much you're going to be able to get out of it. You have to actually win the case to get something out of it. And winning a case, you're not talking about just you know, that's why I laugh whenever the Flea is talking about, I'm going to file suit, and Lips, I'm going to file suit. It's just like, really, what is, first of all, you have to win. And it's going to be so costly for you to even get to that point. And then at the end of the day, what are you going to actually win? Even if you do win, what do you think that you're going to win?
Oh, they think they're going to get rich. They're like, oh, I'm going to be owed $150,000 for this one thing. I'm like, no, you are not. First of all the copyright claims are done. There is no fucking way in hell that you win any copyright claim. Nothing. You know, it's garbage. Again, I showed them. I tried to be nice about it. I pulled up the, it's amazing because they were trying to say that that case didn't matter the other night, the Ethan Klein versus Denham's. Well, that's funny because Miltoast and all of them, you know, he was telling this is the one, and they thought they had a real winner until it didn't go the way they thought. And then,
Right.
well, no, we never put any stock in that anyway. Okay,
Right.
well, now, granted, it has not been finalized yet, but what it is, it's a tentative decision. So you know how that goes. Tentative decision, you might as well, unless they come up with some kind of miracle, that is the decision.
Well, and that was the same way with Fed too. I
Yep.
mean, you know, and
Here's
we all saw the document come in. This is the magistrate's, you know, recommendation on it. It's just
Check
like
that, homeboy. Look at that.
Oh,
I love this
I love
statement
that.
right here.
Oh, that's
Quote,
beautiful.
yeah, I love it. Fair use does not ask whether criticism or parody of copyrighted work is just, accurate, or mean-spirited. Simply whether the use is the kind that copyright is designed to protect. Now, in this, again, it's very clear when you go through this, this is a really good read. Like people, again, if you're curious about it, it is a very good tentative decision. It's using the same argument. What really makes it click is in the ThAT's description on their channel, they quote the case that is quoted in here, the H3H3 lawsuit. It's used against Ethan Klein is the guy that initially won this giant battle there. And now he's fighting another battle. And I mean, look, he's having his own case thrown up against him, but it's the case that they themselves, they talk about as pertinent. And it'd be pertinent. It's the same thing that defends them, that allows them to put in Megan Fox into a short, which that's absolutely fair use, 100%. I'm not saying it isn't, you know, but what they're claiming, no one can ever use a copyright or anything else. Well, that would hit them too. But
well, you know, what they don't understand is there's certain things in law that you have to sort of keep in mind. And I'll give an example. My wife was dealing with a particular case, and I couldn't tell you what the exact case was, but the way that she, whenever she looked at it, she was just like, "Oh my gosh, I still have to fight vigorously for my client, but I cannot win this case, because if I win this case, this future litigation that I have in cases that are similar where I'm the other side of this, if I win on that, I can be beat on these other 10 cases."
Right. Well, yeah,
because it sets a precedent for the court to be able to go back and reference it and say, you know, this right here is not going to do good for you. And she agreed that it was just, you know, it was bad. It's a bad statute that was being cited and being used. But it's a citing that she uses on a regular basis, where it's just like,
what I'd like explained to me by the ThATs, they're trying to claim that what they're going to be able to sue over is the use of the body cam footage. That's the new thing, right? That's how they're going to sue everybody. Okay, well, how do you cover the same thing? You talk about it, and you didn't just talk about it once, by the way. You made a whole series about the guy. You know,
Right.
How do you say that is not newsworthy, and yet you covered it yourself?
I can see where they're trying to go for where they're trying to go under the privacy, because
I see where they want to go, but they have a real problem.
Yeah, they are going to have a real problem. Now they could easily, you know, like I said, there's a possibility YouTube could come back and say, yeah, we found that, you know, this.
Well, YouTube, you see, YouTube is not the fucking courts, you know. YouTube again. You're dealing with some dude over. If you're dealing with a guy, you're dealing with a guy at an Indian call center. That's how it is. You know, that's the reality of it. And I don't mean anything indelicate in saying that. That's the reality. They outsource. They used to, when YouTube was younger, they used to have call centers in Texas and all over the place. But they started closing those down, and they outsource them. They still have their headquarters, you know, and I don't know what the hell they actually. I'm sure they don't answer calls there.
I mean, they've got their call centers all over the place, and you know, you have to remember whenever these you're receiving this kind of stuff. And I looked over what was sent in, and I'm just like, okay, that doesn't provide anything identifiable there.
Right. Well, that's been she's trying to say that identifiable means that she's in something.
Yes, but then that makes no sense, because that I mean, it's very confusing, and I could dig into it more, but there's nothing there that's any different than any other body cam footage.
Right.
Yes. And if they're going to strike that body cam footage, then they're going to have to strike all the body cam footage from Law and Order. They're going to have to strike all the body cam footage off of everybody that has publicly available body cam footage that's shown all over YouTube. And they will have to strike every single thing that shows someone's face, that gives out any sort of information on what they did, gives out any information on what the body cam footage is about. And it destroys any ability to do that. And if YouTube does strike it, well, they're going to have a hard time keeping up all of Law and Crimes, all of those, because what happens whenever they pull that body cam footage? It's just this small little creator, only 10,000 people there. What happens if they pull that down? Well, guess what? And any sort of body cam footage, any sort of court footage is going to have to be pulled off. And if you don't think that Shizzy Wiznut won't start putting out there that every single bit of those are give identifiable information, they even gives court case numbers. All of those are identifiable. So
I just like the fact
guess
that
what? All of them go. All of them start going. Every single bit that everybody is wanting to cover or talk about just goes away. The news stations, ABC, NBC.
They know better. They know better, though. They know that this stuff. See, YouTube, again, it's lorded over by either bots or people, again, that are not versed in any kind of U.S. law. If you had somebody here, that's why if it does get hit, if you can get it reviewed by someone in the U.S., it goes back up or it stays,
Mm-hmm.
But it's just getting it to that point. I've had them try to hit court stuff, though. I mean, I've had that problem before. It's just, it's misuse of that system. Here's the other thing, too. See, the Feds are very lucky about who they deal with. Like, they put up pictures of myself. I don't use my face. I could fucking hit their channels for that stuff, but I don't. Why? Because I don't. It's a big no-no. You've been in the YouTube game for a long time. Playing that game, you can do that. Like when they went after Hales, when they start going after his sponsors and shit, he had every right to fucking go after those people. They're going after him. He can go after them. That's okay. Like right now, where they're trying to go after a sponsor, if I wanted to go after them, hey, that'd be fair game. But still, that's not something I do.
No, it's frowned upon in the YouTube community. It's frowned upon unless you're a little lol cow like what's his face, like MLS. I don't know if you saw anything that was going on with that, but no. MLS, I put it out to YouTube legal. It's just like, is it something that's appropriate for doing that? He was just like, oh yeah, look, Shizzy Wiznut is supporting this other content creator, and I basically stated, hey, just because you're upset that 2 years ago I wouldn't let you come on and start talking about something that I wasn't even involved in. Because I wasn't covering any of the Hale stuff like everybody else was. I was going back and watching all the old Otter Creek videos and sort of what got him there. And he wanted to bring big issue to it. And I said, hey, just because you're upset about this, MLS, does not mean that it's appropriate that someone that happens to know my name, knows my wife's name, knows who I am, just so happens to send that out to other people that not only did that, but came after my wife, threatened sexual assault against my wife, threatened sexual violence against me, violence against my wife, violence against my family. and you're promoting this MLS. He didn't like that too much. And it goes to show you the kind of behavior that these people will go to just to try to get some sort of buzz or some sort of little content creation. And this is the kind of behavior that these people have. And if you think that they're sitting back going, oh well, I'm not worried about it. Yeah, you should be worried about it, because if something does happen to me or my wife, I've got all the evidence right there of the behavior.
Yeah, well, that is a big problem for a lot of these people. You know, if something actually were to happen to you, then they don't ask that question. You know,
you know, I've never called for anybody to go after these people. You know, that's the thing about it. You know, yet they've done that to you. They've done that to Megan. They've done that to Jay Hip. They've gone after Mr. Coop. They've gone after, you know, Squid. They've gone after everybody they possibly can. And this is their behavior. This is something that, you know, YouTube should be more concerned with, but they don't seem to.
They don't care about any of us. You know, I mean, learned a long time ago as a creator, nobody watches your back except maybe other creators, you know?
Yeah. Oh, I mean, they came after your channel hard, trying to get it, you know, pulled down with the AI crap.
Oh yeah.
I mean, if you wouldn't have had as much reach as you had, your channel would still be down.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'd definitely be demonetized. That's that's why networking is important. I tell a creator, you know, I'm not a social butterfly by any means, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I know a lot of people because I've done this for a long time. I've done shows with people and everything else. And if one of them had a problem, I'd watch their backs, you know? At like Geeks and Gamers, for example, they got hit a bunch of times. Man, they got hit over... what is it? The Last of Us, when part 2 came out from Naughty Dog, they were flagging the shit. They were trying to take their channel down, and they almost did. And we all stood. It wasn't just me, you know, it was a bunch of people. But they got hit by Disney before. I mean, it's happened. Anytime somebody needs someone to stand up, you know, that's Mr. Coop. We're still trying to figure out his stuff. You know, it's just I wish he were just a little bit more well known, you know, if he were just a little more well known. It's hard to get people to care for over, you know, 5 minutes, you know, maybe a day, maybe 2. But, and I'm not talking about the people out there. I'm talking about, you know, just the widespread folks, you know, they don't want to spend their time, and you take risk, you know, when you find YouTube, it's a risk.
Well, whenever you put yourself out there, it's a risk on all fronts, you know. Yeah. And I think that's something that the fleas don't understand, because they won't take that risk of, you know, of actually, you know, standing by what they say. They'll change.
They also, if they were ever hit, see, they've got a major problem. They think the people in there, because they've got like BBB or so, you think that's what fixes problem with YouTube? Absolutely not. The thing that fixes problems with YouTube is being able to make a lot of real noise, not make noise, you know, as far as threatening legal recourse. That doesn't help. YouTube doesn't care. One of the biggest monsters out there.
You want to know what really would help them if they ever did get struck? It'd be people like Tammy J and Stacey Nat that would, you know, rally the troops and get them to.
Yeah, it would have helped them. Yeah,
exactly. But but whenever they behave the way that they have, nobody wants to rally behind them. Nobody wants to help them out. Nobody wants to.
That's what happened with like paint chips, man. Like, look, you know, he got. Reality is, he got hit for putting up like freaking, I'm going to say, adult material behind himself of other people, like Rosalind Duke, you know, and putting up stuff with Megan Fox. That doesn't mean, you know, they take it as, oh, people reported me. No, man, they don't have to have anybody report you. It's fucking AI hit you. And could that have been reversible? Quite possibly. That's the thing with Bulmet too, man. It could have been reversible, but man, they just kept telling them. It was like, dude, you're going to get hit for that stuff. And then when they got hit, they throw a fit about it. And I mean, if it would have been, look, if it had just been coverage shit, I'd have had a problem with that.
Oh, yeah.
I would have
Yeah, I mean,
I'd have been loud about it because I don't care if they agree with me or not. I'm just a shit.
well, if they were honest about their behavior too. I mean, whenever you got vomit over there, that's hollering things and saying things that are just absolutely not true and making up stuff. It's just like, do I feel any sympathy that your crap got knocked down? No, I don't. I don't feel bad for it at all because you're misreporting stuff.
Even with
just the bad stuff that you're doing.
Even with misreport, man, I might still go to bat for you with that because stupid is stupid, but the problem was they didn't get taken down for that kind of thing. That's the reality of it.
Yeah.
And they also, again, they don't have any allies in this mess. In fact, they've burned too many people, like with them false flagging and shit. If they get hit and everybody gets their turn, that's the thing that they also don't get. Everybody, YouTube will eventually, if you're in this game long enough, they will get you, and they'll get you for something bullshit. And if they're like where they are now, they do not have the capacity to come back from it. They just don't. So over time, what'll be interesting is it won't be something they did wrong that will probably hit them. It will be something that YouTube says, oh, you're an AI program. Or just something random, something
or they could say something wrong about the beer bug. I mean, I had a stream get hit for medical misinformation on something that was publicly available, was reported on another like mainstream media channel. I was like, why in the hell are they striking me for it? And I mean, I pulled the video down because it's just like, well, I guess. I fought as much as I could, but they're just like, nope, it's staying down. I was like, all right.
Well, back in that time, it was so you couldn't do anything with that. But there's always something like that. There is always the thing you can't talk about.
Yeah.
And you don't know what it is. I mean, at one time, a way to get your channel hit was to say Amber Heard's name. I used to, when I covered her, I would call her that Aquaman starlet. I did that for a long time, because it was just an automatic demonetization, and sometimes it was worse. So, and you don't know that. You have to figure that out. You have to figure out what am I being demonetized over? What am I potentially being hit by? And by then it's too late.
Right. Well, and that's why I sent what I sent to YouTube Legal. It's just like, hey, if you're going to tell me there's something there, I'm looking at it and there's nothing that hasn't been already redacted first by Sumter County Police Department.
Right.
But on the second part of that, there's nothing there.
That's the problem. The second part is there's just nothing there because you've already done your due diligence by getting it from the police. That's it's their prerogative to remove it anyway. But we go beyond and we try to get everything out. We try to eliminate addresses, or if a phone number pops up on something, we try to do our damnedest there. And I think we do a pretty good job.
And you can't catch every damn thing.
No.
But if there's something there, let me know. They
have to prove. Like they complained when Megan, there was something in one document right there complained. Megan went in, even though it wasn't her problem. She was like, okay, and she removed it. She took something out. I can't remember if it was an address or I think it was a law. It's just something stupid like that. But she went in and removed it anyway, which proves, you've got to prove that when people. When they produce this stuff, that they're doing this for some kind of ill intent, that's going to be their problem,
right? Well, I mean, then I don't know if you've noticed this, but that's pretty common in a lot of Pay Chips filings. Whenever he's filing this stuff, he'll throw an address in there, an email.
He'll throw it in a lot.
Yeah, just to try to get you to, if you catch it, if you don't catch it, then he can come back and strike it. I've seen that happen
Well,
before.
unfortunately for Paint Chips, I know he likes his stuff covered, but and you know what, Paint Chips, I don't mind covering your shit because I like to cover everything. Sometimes, hey, sometimes some of his documents, I'm like, that's crazy and funny, you know. But unfortunately, I'm not going to, you know, I'm not going to cover a lot of stuff because of those kind of issues. And I know he wants that attention. That's the
Well,
thing.
you know,
He wants that attention.
if he wants his stuff covered, stop repeating himself over and over again, line after line, the same BS. I mean, the stuff that he writes, he could do in a 10-page document and get his point across. But
Yeah.
no, he files these long, drawn out, just rants where it's like I'm not going to waste my audience's time going over something that you pretty much hit on the first line. And you're just regurgitating the same thing over and over again throughout the whole document. So
Not just wasting their time, wasting my time sometimes.
Yeah.
I don't see, I'm conflicted on that a lot of times though, because I like to be completionist. Now, I thought as far as lawyers are concerned, I thought that like MLS's lawyer, his lawyer was competent, you know, he wasn't, yeah, he wasn't, you know, stupid. He wasn't, you know, doing anything. There was nothing exciting there. We could talk about what his filings were because he's going by the books, which he should, you know.
Yeah.
He was one for anything there. I give him definite credit. I mean, his lawyer, you know, again, he took a boring approach.
Yeah. Well, and it wasn't that it was boring. He was hitting all the points. You know, he was.
Yeah, he did it right. I'm saying, like, compared to, say, a Bruce or, you know, those people, they're fun to cover because what they do is quite insane.
Yes. Know? Yes. And you know, as much as Bruce would, you know, paper the courts, you know, at least it was interesting to read.
Oh, yeah. I loved reading his stuff. It was funny.
Oh, yeah.
You know, Bruce, you are a very entertaining lawyer. I will give it to you. You know? I love
I don't find it quite as enjoyable.
I've heard some of his stuff. Like, okay, I like the you know, Paint Chips. I know you're listening, by the way. I did find some of the filing with the combat one. I thought some of that was funny, just the way that you went about it, you know, because you knew it was a bullshit thing and you're saying that it's bullshit, but you're still trying to play the game like it's not like you have every intention to go forward into the court. And I don't know, I found that to be amusing in its own way. You know, just the audacity of it, and one day you get the wrong judge and that shit's going to bite you in the ass, you know.
My favorite is whenever he's quoting New York law on something that has no relevance in the state of Florida.
Oh my God.
Those are my favorites.
Somebody needs to go through all of the cease and desist stuff because, you know, we usually don't go through the court cases that are there, but I'm curious now because I saw one case that was quoted in that one Megan Fox filing, and I don't think it pertains to what they think it does. So it looks like it was added in by AI. You know, it's a hallucination. Well, not a hallucination, it's just wrong. You know, it didn't make it up, but it didn't get the right thing about it. And they do that a lot. AI is terrible about it.
Oh God, yeah.
You know, I'll go in with ChatGPT and I'll tell it to write me something, like give me a hypothetical, and it'll write it out, and I'll say cite cases, you know, and it will with a hypothetical. But then you ask it again, is there anything wrong with this? Are these cases real? Oh no, 2 of these cases are not real. You're like, wait a minute, I told you to use real cases. You know? Hey, can you hold this? My kids, they have been away all week, which is weird. I have not had them away. Yeah, I mean, they haven't been away in years, but I'm getting ready for them to come back. So,
no, you do you, brother. I got you. Hey, you got your vape from Smoked Cats. Awesome. Kitty Cake Ninja. I'm not threatening you. I'm telling you to leave each other F alone here. Anywhere else, don't get. Yes, be careful with one another. You know, chat. You should behave to each other. Behave. I don't know what everybody's getting all upset about, but you guys, it's chat is one of those places where you can come in, you can say things that are really nice, you can say things that are really mean, but you got to be nice to each other at least, Oh my gosh, you guys are wonderful. Miyagi, good to see you. How you doing? Oh my gosh, you guys are just cracking me up. Always crack me up. Always heard it with pure sarcasm.
All right. We'll have to hit some super chats in a minute. Lord, I didn't realize I'd been going for 3 hours already. It's good, man. I'm glad you're back, brother.
I am so glad to be back. I mean, I'm gonna actually probably start firing up my streams early in the morning. It'll be before the crack of dawn, and I'll be going over these documents in the mornings. I'm laying off of the late night ones. I wasn't getting good sleep. Does that make sense? Where it's just like, because I would finish up and you're still winding down from your stream, and I was like, I need to get some of that sweet rest,
Right. For real. I bet you're ready though to get back. I mean, there's so much.
There is. I've got a month's worth of content, and I haven't even opened.
Dude, I'm still sitting on. I mean, I still haven't hit. So Leslie's last filing has 3 filings in it, really. So there's 3 items in there. That's 3 streams, and I'm sure they're going to do some stupid again today. So
I mean, Jeremy's going to be firing up here in about an hour. He'll be firing up in about an hour, and
but they're going to fixate on Megan is what it is. That's right now. She's their new terror. And it's like I said, people are like, well, just ignore them. Well, they escalate. You notice the escalation. They are contacting the fucking Fed about people now. So do you pretend that, do you let them go out and pretend none of this is going on? Because that's not the way to handle stuff.
I am sure tomorrow, I am almost positive tomorrow, Megan is going to be hitting them so hard with the amount of insane stuff. I mean,
well, people tell that the one thing people are always like, sue them for it, sue them. Man, people don't want to waste their time. Like I said, that doesn't mean they get a one-way street. If they want war, like I said, you bring them war. But nobody wants to fucking spend their months or years messing with these weirdos.
Now here's what I think people don't understand. They want to. If you want to go sue Happy, you have to have money to back that. You have to have good reason to create a suit. I mean, you can sue anybody for anything at any point in time. But if you're going to win the case, it needs to be, you need to have some serious elements there to create that suit. Just because someone said mean things about you on the YouTubes doesn't mean
it doesn't matter.
Sue them.
It doesn't matter at all.
Think about this. Do you sue the guy because you're in traffic and they drive past you and they flip you off? I mean, that's sort of the attitude that they have about this. They are so butthurt off of somebody doing a drive-by, flipping them off, and I'm going to sue. I'm going to chase them down. I'm going to beat the snot out of them. And what does it prove? It just proves that you're the piece of garbage that would do something like that.
Well, again, it's also the conduct that they have shown for them to even pretend that they want exposure with that in a court. Again, having people write in, mass flagging over a conspiracy. So the newest conspiracy, by the way, was that there is a profit sharing component, essentially. It's some kind of scam where Randy, he gets profit with all of us too. And it's like, what? What in the what now?
Huh?
Yeah, and the idea too, they're like, well, these people, they get paid. There's this conspiracy. Okay, well, you fucked up real bad there too, because that, like I said, we can come up with everything from like strong reputational harm, again, shutting down schools, allegations of grooming, all that stuff, to just the mundane daily, I mean, just grind of dumb shit, but they treat it all as fact too. And again, they're writing the fucking Fed and the IRS. They're writing the IRS saying Jeremy Hales may have paid in cash for some of his stuff and not reported it. What? What the fuck? It's unreal. That's harassment. I mean, again, the stuff where they're trying to get the Fed involved and law enforcement. To me, like that. Tell me how that's not attempted swatting.
I can't even see where anybody would take their crap seriously. It's the boy that cried wolf. And anytime that Jeremy has brought a legal action against these people, there's been a reason behind it. He's had the proof to be able to back it up. The thing is it's not making it far enough in the court system because the court system isn't taking the fact that he does YouTube as anything other than this is just some YouTube drama. That's how the court is viewing it. They're not viewing it like that in Fed 1.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like, that's what they need to understand. And I think it does scare them, when I notice, like, they will not read a post of mine where I talk about that. They will not, at all. They quoted a fucking anonymous Reddit post as if it were gospel. And they went from, I don't know if this is true or not, to this is 100% true.
Yes.
And they've tried to remove the proof. Like I said, have kept it all. And they want that fight. That's not a fight they want, because Fed 1, not only is Fed 1 bad, but the type of action, the type of stuff that's there, that's the lingering thing that stays with you, that malicious bullshit that they've pulled. They've said too, they're going to try to go after people for, claiming that they've committed fraud. Dude,
no,
why aren't you suing your donors?
They've admittedly committed fraud. I don't understand how this is hard for people to understand. They openly admitted that that's exactly what they were doing. They have openly admitted that. I mean, using their own damn words, they said that they were raising money for a barn dominium, that they were raising money for Harley Jolly Christmas, that they were raising money for a fence, that they were raising money for a memorial. They said they were doing all of this. And then whenever they were called out on it, they said they do not owe you any explanation where that money goes to, because you didn't create the receipt exactly how you were supposed to create the receipt.
It became a gift somehow. And on top of that, there would be refunds. They talked about refunds if things were not finished by January 2026.
So
again, it'd be very easy. You know what? Prove it. Drop receipts out there. Prove the shit, man. You could very easily prove everyone wrong. That's what people ask for. Hell, the donor asks for.
Yeah. They never will, though. So there's an openly admitted fraud.
I mean, they talked about it. Yeah, they tried to change the rule. You can see if that holds up in court. We'll see. We'll see if a judge is like, okay, because again, if you look at what the statute actually treats as charity, does saying that you're doing projects and helping out a family in need, does that count as charitable donations? Okay, we'll see.
You can see where there all those Christmas gifts went to that they raised last year.
Right? Yeah, well, I mean, that was another thing they changed. I mean, anyway, I'm not gonna retread all of that shit. It's just like, are you fucking kidding me? Not only that, but you really want to play chicken in the court with that?
I think they do. I mean, that's
Maybe.
what they're saying. That's
All
how
right, well,
that's how they want to file their lawsuits. It's like,
I'm hitting supers. Are you sticking? Or are you out?
yeah, I think I'm gonna jump off here, brother.
Yeah,
Man,
you get you some rest, brother. You know, get ready for your live stream, David. Are you just live streaming tonight?
Not tonight. In the morning it'll be early. I'll fire it up probably. I'm still debating. I just need to look at time
I'll
schedule.
tell you. Well, keep an eye out for Shizzy. Go rest, brother. You know, I'll catch you later. All right. I'm gonna hit these because otherwise I'll never get through them. Yeah, those two, bro.
Bye.
Max Lab, thanks for kicking it off, man. Thanks for the 2. I reported the false flagging. Yeah, you know, with this, I'm not attributing false flag with anybody. I don't know who flagged, but I do. You know what I mean? But I do know that they've been false flagging because they've just flat out said they are. They've just made it very clear, which is nuts. You know? Oh, look at that. We can get our Princess Bride there, you know. Litigious Leslie, you sued my 20 other personalities. Prepare to be sanctioned. That's right. I can't do a good him by, you know, the prepare to. I'm not very good with the bad or false flag. Indeed. And thank you, Patrick. By the way, I appreciate that. Green Flamingo, thanks for the 2. For the grift. Yes, for the grift. That's what you need. The grift, baby. Thank you. SF, thanks for the 5. Go to Rumble if they do it again. Yeah, I know it's spelled wrong. Stupid YouTube doesn't like mentioning other. Yes, that's true. Good to go. Yeah. Yeah, I just, always try to make sure that everything is working on the platform before I go over, and I hadn't tested it. But yeah, if I would have had if I would have had problems again, I would have definitely gone over there for sure. You know, we're in the process. I try to only do so many times. There's also a thing. If you folks, if you enjoy content from like Megan or myself, if you would go back, there are a few videos like splitting our audience definitely hits the view count, you know, and that hits you in the algorithm. So if you enjoy content, you know, click it a few times. Yeah, I'm just saying, yeah, enjoy it more than once, you know, but it does. It hits you in the view count, and that can cause problems with the algorithm later on. That's why you'll see like lower numbers with stuff, you know, which unfortunately hits other streams. Like yesterday's stream, for example, was a great stream, but the numbers were lower because I've been splitting my audience. So the algorithm treats it like, well, we don't have to recommend that as often. So it has its ups and downs. But at the same time, like I said, I want Rumble to work out. So you're right. Frankie dropped those 10 giftos. Frankie, thank you. Thank you all for being here. By the way, I know it's a Sunday. Stupid asses hit me too, and I'm glad you all found your way over. It's good. We had a good turnout. It's been a good live stream. So thank you all, and thank you, Frankie. That is awesome. Paul, thanks for the 5. They got all my videos flagged last night. Had nothing to do with it. Really? Did they take anything down? They take any of your videos down, brother? Piece of crap, man. So they privacy flag? Is that what they were doing, or what? They have been on, and they've admitted this, by the way. They've admitted to going out and flagging just obscene amounts of channels. Which that also that I hope they understand. Again, YouTube privacy complaints. You're going after sponsors. On top of it, you just mass flagging shit and telling other people to mass flag shit. That can be a real problem for you. A bunch of idiots, man. They think, though, because people don't start some, that they won't get some. You know? What up, Didion? Thanks for the 23 months there, Tug. You forgot to mention the dog. Oh, yeah, Archie Ruckus. Oh, man, I forgot. Yeah, I forgot to keep Archie Ruckus. My bad. Maybe I'll be like, you can visit Archie Ruckus every you can pick out one weekend. Otherwise, that's funny. Paul, thanks for the 2. Called me a public figure with one video. Yeah, no, that's that's not how it works at all. It's funny, they're arguing that they are they're not public figures, which again is funny because they'll have a fun time arguing that they are not limited purpose public figures. Again, Leslie's a fun one. You know, I mean, look at what she has done. She's put up hundreds of videos, and the Fleas have been over with this stuff for, I mean, God, how much time? But it's not just coverage of it. It's the insertion into it. That's where, you know, the PR thing, again, they can say, oh, well, that was just a placeholder. They can say shit like that all day long. That means nothing in court. Oh, well, did you actually build a website that said that then? Yeah. Okay. Well, that'll be interesting to talk about. It's crazy though, man. Emmy. Hey, what's up, Emmy? Dropped 10 giftos. Thank you, Emmy. That is awesome of you too. Because I love you guys, man. Appreciate that. That's what I say with them hitting people. It's so dumb because people respond and they're like, nope. It just makes people like double down and triple down on the response to stuff. I still haven't gotten my my thing for this. You know, like I said, my video itself, it had problems. It came back up, but after it came back up, I just pulled it down. You know, because there wasn't any reason to have a 2-minute long video just sitting out there. So I went ahead and deleted it, but it came back. So I didn't even have to appeal it to get it back. But still damage done. You know, somebody flagged it, like I said, and it you know, it wasn't a StreamYard problem. It's a flagging problem. There's a lot of those. They've been talking about it. Idiots, man. Bragging about that kind of stuff is very dumb. None your beeswax. Thanks for the gifted memberships there. I appreciate that. None your beeswax. Took me a minute to say that. Thank you there. Hey, Emmy. Thanks for the 10. Been in the hospital, so I'm catch-up crew. Love you guys. Are you okay? I actually saw a comment with that, and I said something over on one of the posts on Facebook. So I don't know. I haven't been able to, because I've been trying to get ready for the girls to get back, and I haven't checked to see what was there. But I hope you're doing okay, Amy. Love you. Appreciate you. Prayers with you too. SF, thanks for the 5. Until the lawsuit is filed, is there really any ability to try to enable a preservation order? Not really. I mean, it's so dumb. I mean, it's dumb anyway. They're like, you better preserve all the conversations you've ever had with this person and that person. Like, you mean the phone conversations? I don't have a record of those, but thank you. You know, appreciate that. Mistrust Lou, thanks for the 5. Don't buy groceries and feed your kids. Not allowed. That's right. You must forage for berries, nuts and berries in the woods. I know. That's what you need. That's it. That's how it's supposed to work. Thank you. A fallen hero, man. Appreciate you. Look at that. That's cute. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you there. And also, thank you again there. War never changes. That's right. That's right. I've noted this before to people. There was the first idiot that wanted to play these kind of games. They too thought they were going to play a lawsuit game, and they thought they had a lawyer friend that was going to help them out. And then they found out how much everything else cost. You know, they thought they would be able to scrounge up stuff. The problem is, it's not the first. Like, this is what other people have learned. You know, I'm not going to throw their name in there, but there was another YouTuber that sued somebody a while back, and they picked up $30,000 in a first funding thing. Now, they were big, you know, but what they found is over time, it's hard to keep people's attention. Like Jeremy Hales managed to keep attention on his stuff. That's what you have to do. Otherwise, you know, it's almost untenable. And these folks, they have nothing to go with it, you know? I mean, like I said, I think I know what their plan is, but their plan has a real problem. It's SF, thanks for the 2. Look at that. That's right. Oh, man. Thank you, SF. Appreciate you. Oh, man. Emmy, thank you. Wartime. War. Yeah, that was my war. If a person, I don't take threat. Thank you, by the way. Thank you very much, Emmy. I don't take kindly to threats at all. I do not like it when some jackass tries to threaten me, tell me that they're going to do something X, Y, or Z to me. No. Again, they think too that they think that because you don't want lawsuit, that you won't get into a lawsuit. There's a difference there. Because I don't want to waste money, sure, but I'll make sure the money, it goes to good use, for sure. What's up, 9pin? I saw that too. I almost missed that. Thank you for the 20 there, 9pin. You too for me and the girls. Well, thank you for that. I appreciate that. The girls will be back home in a little bit too. They've been gone for 3 days, man. It's weird. It's very weird. I don't know what to think about that at all. Also, 9pin dropped 10 gifted memberships too. 9pin. That's beautiful of you. What's funny is I randomly saw that on my phone at the same time. What are the odds and the timing? Isn't that amazing? Yes, thanks for that too. Thank you, 9pin, man. That's awesome. Again, Emmy, Lord. Emmy, that's amazing. Frankie. I mean, all of you. Thank you. SF, thanks for the 2. Keto Brains, please tell me your supply. They've kept me supplied for sure. So they really have. Cynic, thanks for 5. If I wanted to stir the pot, an anonymous has ceased to exist. I'm telling them to delete all their internet accounts, think that I'm too lazy. Exactly. If I wanted, I would send them back their own garbage bullshit. I'm not going to tell them to cease and desist anything. They want to run their mouths, fine, and just keep up with it. Because like I said, if they're the ones who want to bring something into a court, that's their prerogative, but that won't go the way they think it will. It's amazing though. They I really do wonder if they think that lawsuits are somehow for profit, if it'll work out for them. They've been talking to the wrong idiots because, certain idiots, yeah, they didn't run up a lot of cost on lawsuits because they never follow through with them. You know what I mean? If you don't follow through with your lawsuits, it's kind of hard to have, those costs, but if you do follow through, even if you're writing your own stuff, it's a problem. Something to bark about. What's up, Tuck? Yes, I gave you a song yesterday, but I'll give you another song. Absolutely. I did give you one yesterday too, because I appreciate you. But I'll give you one today as well. Absolutely.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday. From both of us to you. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
May all your dreams come true. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
We love to have you here. Happy birthday. Here's to another year.
Would you see the thing I've noticed? I would think you'd have to be a nut to go with. Could you imagine following Leslie into the briar patch and she's like, flag all this stuff. I swear it's a good idea. Would you? I would not do that. Like, make all these reports. I swear it's a great idea. You don't think, first of all, are you trying to get the, because again, nothing's going to happen with it. I mean, you've got ongoing litigation. First of all, Hales is involved in litigation. I mean, the Leslie stuff is just, it's so easily picked apart. Like, I went over some of it, and I mean, some of it, it's not, I disagree with it. Some of it is just wrong. It's like, she'll cut a sentence in half. She'll go forward 5 seconds so she doesn't say 500,000. It says 1,000,000. It'll cut off part. All kinds of stupid. Running with that's crazy. Something to bark about. Appreciate you. I hope you had a great birthday. If not, I hope this was there. Also, what's up, Brent? Thanks for the 39 months. Oh man, it's your birthday too. I love it. I love it. Oh, let me 1 second. I can adjust my headphones. There we go. I had to adjust.
Happy birthday from both of us to you. Happy birthday. May all your dreams come true. Happy birthday. We love to have you here. Happy birthday. Here's to another year.
I love the birthday times. I hope your birthday has been fabulous. As I say all the time, though, if for some reason it has not, you remember, you always get a do-over. Them's the rules as imparted by me. You tell anybody. If family or anyone's like, no, you don't get a do-over, you'd be like, oh, that's not what I heard. This guy, he's a source on birthdays. His name is Tug. He said I get a do-over. And they'll be like, oh, okay. Yeah. That guy on the internet? Be like, yeah, exactly. Be like, oh, shit. I wouldn't want to argue with a random guy on the internet. No, but I appreciate you. That's what's funny. Random guy on the internet said I get a do-over. Holy crap. I love it. No, hey, Brett, I hope it has been fabulous for real. Rick, 20 months, man. No statement. Big statement there, though. Thank you, my friend. Thanks for the super chat there. Keep up the good work. Lots of love from Denmark. Well, thank you. And love a return to Denmark. Appreciate you. Allie, thanks for the 5. Have you ever noticed in the middle of gullible there are 2 L's? That's true. I did not think about that. That is hilarious. Something to bark about. Thanks for the 5. Even being a boomer, I can still figure out truth and jokes. Indeed. I could not believe that these people really thought that Megalodonus was. I mean, they thought she had quit and that we were having some kind of problems. That we were having a breakup on the channel. Oh my God. Oh my Lord. I think that's hilarious, man. I do. I think that's hilarious. Cynic thinks so too. Unlike YouTube flags, Keto Brains call can be subpoenaed. Indeed. Indeed. Well, you know what? If Keto Brains is even if no contact, they encouraged the hell out of people to do it. They also they don't tell the people they encourage to do that the risk, by the way, because those people are interfering and they have idiots telling them about the law. Again, there's a reason people are permanently retired and they don't ask why. It's just crazy. Jack, what's up? Jack Moss, thanks for the 5. She's on her pass, as grifters do. Indeed. Freaking deed. Nick, what's up? Nick is Nocturnal. Thank you for the membership. Thank you. Welcome. Oh, it's Nikki. My bad. Damn it. I didn't see the extra I. I was like, Nick, wait a minute. That's not right. I saw it, but the way it comes up on the screen, it's so small. I was like, that's weird. Okay, let's start over. Nikki is Nocturnal. Oh, Lord. Man, some days. Well, hey, you know what? That tells you are embraced into the fold because butchering your name, that's still a long tradition. Thank you. Welcome. Thank you for the membership. Welcome to Tugs. Appreciate you. Lord. That's so goofy. S. Shine, thanks for the 50 there. Thank you. Taking care of our talk. Well, I appreciate that. Indeed. And you know what? You guys, again, you guys are amazing. I do appreciate the heck out of you. And I mean, y'all are some of the greatest people out there. And I do appreciate the heck out of you. I love doing these streams. That's why I come here every day too. Cindy, thanks for the gifted membership there. Thank you, Cindy. Appreciate you. That's awesome of you. Thank you. Oh, what's up? Bonnie, thanks for the 2. Emotional support birthday, Bonnie. Oh, wow. Hey, it's your birthday? You know? No, I'm just playing. It's her birthday. You love that? Mwah, there's your birthday. Mwah, mwah. There's some emotional support. I love it. Was it her birthday? Oh, man. All of that, though. Yeah, look, we sent the emotion there. Not the money, the emotion. Paul, thanks for the 2. Look, Lisa is $2 celebrating. Yeah, all the love and the emotion, baby. There we go. We're giving that emotion. Okay, Kelly, thanks for the 23 months. Tug, you need to add chicken skin book to your Substack. Oh, man, you know, I forgot all about that thing. I do indeed. JC, thanks for the 5. It's hard for the what the hell's ecosystem to be creative when they collectively don't have 2 brain cells to rub together. Plagiarism is the only way to go. No, indeed. Indeed. I agree. I agree. Blake, what's up? 1 year, baby. Love return, my friend. Love return. Appreciate you. Tree God, thanks for the 2. JB's sleeping with the fishes soon. I know. He better watch his back. Love it. Emmy, thanks for the 5. Appreciate you, Tongue and Moss, for allowing your chat not to become an echo chamber of thoughts and ideas. Indeed, you know, try to let people you know, that's one of the things that ultimately allows some of the folks with their, you know, even here's the thing. Even when you agree about something with a K, you don't have to agree on everything. I think that's awful. You know, I wouldn't bet, to be honest, like people like paint chips, man, I wouldn't bet if you behave yourself, you know, if you wouldn't try to get fucking the chat banned or something, I just don't trust you, you know, but I wouldn't ban any of those people out, but they just can't be trusted, man, you know, but regular folks out there, there's no reason that you shouldn't be able to express an opinion, even if you're like, man, Doug, that's a stupid idea. You know, screw that. You're allowed to have that opinion. You know, you're absolutely allowed to have that opinion. And I'm glad. I appreciate you all. I know the mods keep they try to, there's a line, you know, it's if it's channel damaging, and I don't mind people bickering. So if you don't lord over the entire fucking day. You know what I mean? Some people don't understand that walk. But yeah, appreciate you. Tizzy, what's up, Tizzy the Bones? Appreciate you. I also appreciate your documentation. That's one of the things these folks are run into too. Their own words documented. You know? There have been people that have done really good research. And yeah, it's a real problem for them. Hey, this will be done by X date. Well, it's not done. In fact, certain people have complained publicly about it. So, love it. Thank you, Tizzy. Appreciate you. Clear as mud. 42 months. Good to see you, Clear as mud. I've been wondering about you. I've been wondering how you're doing. Appreciate you. Hope everything's okay. Hope everything's great for you. Andre, thanks for the 5. Hey, Tug, a little extra for the girls. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, they spent. I'm actually proud to note this with their mom. You know, she's gotten her stuff together. The girls, they spent the weekend with her. You know, again, since a lot of stuff has been public, I do want to note the successes. So she they spent 3 days. They had fun, you know, and I mean, it's been good. I'm glad to see it. I'm absolutely glad to see it. So that's an awesome success. But they've been away for 3 days. They haven't been away in a long time. Not for that long. Maybe a night over, like at Gigi's or something, but not very long. So, Paul, thanks for that too. Did you see my email about Florida? I don't know, Paul. Will you bump it up to the top again, my email, just to make sure? I don't know. You know, it's been, like I said, a crazy kind of weekend. So I may have, but sometimes I forget, you know, I don't know. Just remind me. You know? What's up, man? Live toys. Hey, well, you know what? You know what I love? I love the fact that I'm going to kick you all off to another live in a minute. Give me a second. I've got to get over there to the redirector. God, I didn't realize, man, 4 hours. I do like these days, though. Look, we had 2 people pop in. Megan came in. Shizzy stuck out for a while. I mean, that was good. That was really good. So let me do a redirect for some what the hells. I haven't even looked to see what today was about. Check that out. All right. So anyway, appreciate you folks. I'm going to end here. All right. And I think, let me make sure I didn't miss anything. Sorry. Let me one look real fast and then, then I'll get to it. All right. Remember too, read my Substack. Remember, but anyway, appreciate you folks. And I'm going to redirect you. See you guys.